And it's over. And now it's my drunk ass intro that I have not yet recut to properly fade out.
Wow, that's special, man.
Yeah, that's my own guitar work, by the way, from like a million years ago. That's actually the music to an angsty rock song I wrote in high school. And if you ask me really nicely, I will play for you. Andy, welcome to Mindless Entertainment. I know you've been on here a couple times. At your first time,
I got my frosted mug for you. Look at you. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Where's my?
And it's actually a Cheers mug from my supporter Marcus. I don't know if he's watching.
Yes.
He works at Cheers in Boston and got me the frosted Cheers mug. Cheers.
I absolutely
Cheers to you, Jesse.
Cheers to you. I don't start drinking alcohol without the man because I gotta give him time to keep up. But he'll be coming out of the bathroom in just a minute.
That was good.
Actually, I don't know if he's going to drink tonight since he's a little. I was sick over the weekend. I gave it to him.
I'm drinking ginger ale, so don't worry.
But we're also, if you see us leaning off screen, we're getting our space fuel going. We just don't do space on air because, laws and stuff.
I'm just standing also because I just sat for 2 hours on my stream and I realized I need to stretch. So.
Dude, you're gonna officially meet the mindless mob tonight. You don't understand. Things get weird over here. So you do whatever you want.
Let's make it weird. Let's see. I challenge the audience to make it weird.
So first things first. On that note, in that vein, I actually put up a post just a minute ago. Let's go see where this poll is at. I did put up a poll just a moment ago. Did it not post? Why didn't it post? Of course it didn't post because everything hates me. Sadness. I was trying to put up a poll because there's a thing we have on this channel now. I have an induction ceremony now.
Okay.
It's very official. Some people know about it. We did it for the very first time last week. And it's a whole initiation rite of passage.
Serious buildup.
It's exciting. It's terrifying. It's monstrous. And I figured that, you're a guest, you're a friend, you are an esteemed member of the YouTube community, but, arguably you're also a fan. And as such, you should at least have the offer extended to officially join the Mindless Mob, should you so choose.
Oh, I'm excited. I want to hear how we do this.
So now here's the thing, right? I can't just tell you what the induction ceremony is without you agreeing to it. That would be like...
Is it like, hey, thank you, sir, may I have another? Thank you, sir, may I have another?
It does not violate any laws on any books regarding hazing.
All right, I'm in.
All right, would you like to be inducted?
Sure, let's do it.
All right, so the first part's very simple. You repeat after me. In the name of the God Empress.
In the name of the God Empress.
I heretofore pledge my sword to the mindless mob.
I hereby pledge my sword to the mindless mob.
And salute the mighty bovine. Getting your sword? I mean, if you're getting yours, I have to get... Oh, there we go.
And what was the last part?
And salute the mighty bovine.
And salute the mighty bovine.
And the way we salute the cow is by attempting to stick our tongue up our own nose.
I know that's what you do, yeah.
I just feel the need to salute along with because I also...
Is it close? No, I tried.
You did your best to honor the cow, and that's what matters. And now you have 3 questions you must answer honestly and truthfully.
Okay.
For the first 2, failure or refusal to answer will result in punishment. And for the final one, there are right and wrong. Well, we'll get to the spiel when we get to it, but if you answer wrong, the punishment. Now, the punishment is you must give us your best version of this.
Oh, God. Oh.
Or any derivation of an orgasm noise that you so choose. So we keep it pretty classic.
You were not clear enough. I'm just going to do Billy Crystal.
Oh, that's fine too. Orgasm noise. Any orgasm noise will do. We keep it classy.
Yeah, I was doing the Billy Crystal. I was watching him. Oh, there I did both.
Perfect. All right. So, Andy, you have to disclose for us your worst.
I don't think people want to hear me having an orgasm on your show.
Well, then you best answer the questions. Because first we need you to disclose what is your worst romantic or sexual encounter ever.
Oh God. I mean, like, am I being funny or am I being serious?
Your choice is it balls entirely.
I cheated on my wife. That is absolutely the worst experience if I'm being serious. So yeah, I mean, not proud of it. People know my dirtiest laundry is all out on the internet. I mean, I used a LOL like a creep because I had no game. I'm an embarrassment with that kind of shit. So, I mean, you guys have probably read my worst experiences out online. I mean, and the lies about me online. But yeah, look, I'm not. But if I'm trying to think of something funny to give you, wait, what was the question specifically? With my worst?
Your worst romantic or sexual encounter. Now, I'll give you. You answered it fully and fully, so you do not.
Yeah, I think I did answer. I mean, I could. There's other shit I could reveal.
Oh,
I answered. There you go.
You are under no obligation to answer further. Okay, here's another one. This one's fun. You can be funny, crazy, or serious. Last week we were all crying by the end of this one. What is something in your life that you feel chronically underappreciated for, that you would love to maybe have recognition for, or just that you feel is something you do a lot of that goes really unsung or unappreciated?
The fact that there's a whole channel, there's several channels I've built that have erased my name from them. Does that count? I mean,
these ones are softballs for you. I mean, these ones are really pretty softballs for you.
Yeah, I mean, I've exactly. I've been through the gamut, Jesse. But I mean, yeah, I mean, probably my biggest frustration is still the fact that I don't get to even make a dime on my creation of Honest Trailers, Man at Arms, all these shows that are still out in the world making all this money with people who are just doing it for, after I've put them in the place to do it, just getting all the accolades, the monetary gain. Granted, it's not performing as well as they used to because, I mean, I wonder. But they're still out there cashing in more than I'm making currently. So, yeah, I do feel like I'm underappreciated in the YouTube game. I was a legend. I established a lot, and I put a lot of people where they're at. And then they all were like, we're good. See you, dude. Good luck rebuilding. And, but what, Jesse? That's made me stronger. That's made me want to rebuild even bigger. And F these clowns who think they can do it. They're not doing any better than what they have. They can't surpass what we did at our prime. So take my pennies, take my sloppy seconds. I'll make the next one. It's all good.
Damn straight. Cheers to that. I'll do my cheers off screen.
All that drinking you're doing off screen.
Drinking. Come on, I'm in California, Andy.
Yeah, I'm in Florida, so
I'm drinking. That's what I'm doing. We travel to outer space out here with lots of green rocket fuel. But all right, so the final question. Now, this will be the hardest one for you, surely. The first two are usually the tough ones for people, obviously.
But I've lived a life, as people said. I've had a journey.
Exactly. And so the final one, though,
at this point, because the internet made it so.
Damn straight. So now this final question, though, there are many right answers to this question. Like the spelling of the word Hanukkah. But like the spelling of the word Hanukkah, there are also many wrong answers to this question. Bird, for example. B-I-R-D would be an incorrect way to spell Hanukkah. So keeping that nugget of advice in mind, your final question is, if you had to kill one member of the mindless mob, who would it be and why?
Wait, who's in? I mean, like, who? I don't know everybody who's in the mindless mob. Do I have a list?
That is a tough question for you. So you might have to pull someone out of the chat. I'm a member, certainly, of my own mindless mob. You are, and then after that,
are there people I know that are in the mob that you can tell me?
Probably. I mean, you're also allowed to be creative with this answer too. So.
I mean, probably Jeff. I mean, he is a world-class bullshitter.
You're going down, Andy. Just walked in the room.
You literally just walked in the earshot.
Right. Bad timing. I mean, come on. Clearly, the world-class bullshitter's got to go.
Because of the timing of that answer, it slides. You almost were on thin ice for whatchamacallit. Slander. For slander.
For what's it called?
Whatchamacallit. I was thinking two things at once, which is, Jeff, I assume you do not want to imbibe an alcoholic beverage tonight, given the state of things.
No.
Well, yeah, it's a good question. Is Roxy Stryer in your mob?
Grab me one of those.
Is anybody from Screen Junkies in your mob?
Not that I know of. They are now. You just killed them.
Change it then.
Your answers are acceptable. And by the way,
Christian Harloff in there? No, all right, no. Then I guess I'll keep it.
Yeah. Jesse, you said get me.
Oh, could you write me one of those the rocket spritzer things? With that coat. Thank you. I will. So I gotta keep up with Andy. So, woo! It is necessary.
Woo!
So, you can keep up with your with space travel if you want.
Wait, does that mean I made it? I got through the gauntlet?
Better than this.
Oh yeah. Did you want this one?
Yeah.
Sorry. Getting things in order. Getting our house in order.
Did I get through the gauntlet?
Say what?
Did I get through the gauntlet? Is it? Am I in?
You are in. You have passed all the tests.
My offer my sword.
Huzzah! Your sword has been accepted. All my swords are cooler, so I won't pull them out because it'll make you feel bad.
I had Jesse. I had the coolest swords. I had the swords from Man at Arms, the ones that they built. I had like the Loki scepter, and I had the scissor blade. Oh, they were all in my office, and then I wasn't allowed back in my office, and they didn't give them to me. If I had just taken them out like any day previously, they would have known I would have been able to keep these amazing. That I'm sure just got some employee probably just stole it when Defy went down. Oh, it's such a bummer to know I didn't get anything from that show, which I had it all. But man, meanwhile, I have a fake Master Sword, so it's the best I got. And I have a lightsaber, but
it is pretty cool. Jeff wants a Master Sword at some point, legit. So here's actually a fun thing. Now that you're in the Mindless Mob, we have swag because of Cody Sider. Shout out to Cody Sider, an awesome, amazing listener who just like listens to the streams, hears me just randomly speak vaguely about kind of the types of logos I'm imagining for my branding, and then sends me emails with stuff like this. Bam.
Ooh, I like that. It's got like a Godfather vibe to it.
Exactly, because this is what I did. I got on screen and I said, oh, I'm thinking like Godfathery, mobster, kind of something like that. And so he makes this, and he makes this. Yeah, that's my haircut under that hat, because bam.
Who's this graphics person? I need to talk to him too.
His name's Cody Sider. He is super legit. If you're looking for some awesome graphics, I will 100% hook you up. And he gave me a whole bunch of different layouts. So now I got like, front of shirt, back of shirt. I'm thinking bumper sticker. I mean, this guy's legit.
Good work.
Yeah. So first of all, Andy, Jeff, Andy, I don't know if you guys met face to face, or because he's been on my stream in the lates and the stuff. Okay, we've done this multiple times. It's just been late at night, and I've been intoxicated before.
Sorry, I killed you, Jeff.
Okay, it's cool to be on first name basis, so I'm happy.
There you go. We're all friends now. It's exciting.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. What? Why is it doing this? YouTube, let me read my super chats.
Super chats are.
I had like a whole 45 minutes at the beginning of my stream where the audio didn't work, but I had 350 people just stuck around. I was like, wow. I guess I don't even have to do a show. I just have the audio not work, and they'll still stay there.
Just wave my hands around in front of them and look like a jackass.
Dude,
that's what I did.
We had a Halo stream where we had no audio and no picture.
And people rocked out with us. We do have a couple of super chats. I'll drink a little, catch up with those. Rosetta Allen, thank you for the $2 super chat. We love you, Rosetta.
You got to get you got to give Jesse through Cash App. Come on, Jesse. Do you have the Cash App?
Not yet. I know you told me about this, and I got to get this shit going on. So
I give you we will code. You'll give me $15, and then you'll start getting cash without the YouTube fees.
I dig this. I want this. So we're going to Cash App this bitch so that you guys can just money me directly. It is way more fun that way. In the by and by, we have super chats. So we will slow along with those. Steam says, Emily and I got engaged yesterday. It's official. Congratulations, Emily. Ida Steam. So fun fact, Andy, Emily's been a listener since, forever. And she started dating Ida Steam about a year ago, and then brought him into the Mindless Mob. He's been a listener now, and now they're engaged. And
she's with Justine. What?
Idest Steam is his username.
I was like, I just that girl who reviewed iPods back in the day.
Yeah, you know, it was a crazy thing.
Like, I'm the Apple girl. I'm dating myself with my YouTube history. No, you don't remember? Anyone remember Justine? No. Okay, sorry. I'll drink.
I remember the early days of YouTube. I was the Tourette's guy. That was my favorite one.
Look up Justine. Come on, the letter I. She was like the iMac. Hi, I'm the happy blonde girl who's very nice and knows tech.
I believe him.
All right.
I believe you. We believe a lot. Also, by the way, anything that's said on this channel becomes canon immediately. So you can make up whatever you want and it becomes true.
I need Justine on the show now, so I'm going to make it happen.
There you go. Justine is important.
She's just some generic lady.
I really want to find out where she is and just invite her on as a guest, like in 3 months.
I mean, she's got books and shit.
Let's get her as a guest, Andy. Let's do a stream.
She was legit. She was like a big deal in the early days of YouTube. She got a lot of brand deals with Apple and stuff. Anyway, I digress.
Lucky her. What did we that we were all that lucky? Damn it! Ginger Viking Jesus says, beef. It's what's for dinner. Bum bum bum. Oh yes, we'll be airing much beefage tonight. And Rosetta Allen says, no one with any sense would vow allegiance to you, my sweetheart. Well, I'll have you know, Rosetta, and this is a true fact, by the way.
Aren't all facts true?
No, there's alternative facts as well.
Okay.
Remember the world we live in these days. Somewhere, I think it's in my car still. I have a little notebook, and in this notebook is like 50 pages where I hand wrote out contracts for people to sign their soul over to me, and they knowingly and willingly did. So I don't know. I mean,
I got Millhouse on The Simpsons. When Bart sells his soul, remember?
Yep, that's a great episode.
I don't watch
Bart sells his soul and then realizes he has to buy it back because he actually learns it's not nice to not have a soul.
Souls are somewhat useful, but I make sure everyone knows I take good care of them. I treat them with respect, and if you know, of course, you get to use your soul.
Have you bought a soul, or they give them to you? You said they give them free, but you've never had to. Have you ever tried to buy a soul?
No, I don't buy them. I just get them freely. I make promise, and I actually put a terms. This is the funnest part.
I wonder if that deal though matters because there was no cash to exchange hands. You should at least offer them like $1.
Well, here's the thing: there's terms and conditions underneath, right? And it's an officially drawn up contract. There's terms and conditions underneath, and I let everyone and people can fill out whatever terms and conditions they want, and I will accede to most terms and conditions. Most people just elected to leave that section blank, so I pretty much just have free territory of their soul. It's totally.
I'm really mad I didn't wear my Jurassic Park shirt today. We would have been twinsies.
Yeah, it would have been cute.
I picked a Simpsons shirt. It's a Simpsons comic shirt, but yeah, I was that close to doing Jurassic Park as well.
I went for the classic all black.
Well, Jeff has to because he's representing his race right now. So otherwise we would be canceled because there's too many people on the stream. It's Black History Month. You're not allowed to stream without a black person on your stream.
Oh, Jesse. At some point, I don't know what the plan is tonight, but have you seen the new name for Aunt Jemima?
No.
Oh, we did a whole 20 minutes on that. Me and Jody. It is. I want to see Jesse's reaction to the new Aunt Jemima at some point. Let's make sure that happens.
Oh, we will. Darius Munchausen, thank you for the super sticker. He sends the popcorn. He's here for the drama. We're gonna get into some fun talk because you guys are gonna really love the next little game we're gonna play here. And
I too love drama.
What?
I said I too love drama, especially in the anti-segment type.
It's delicious. Rosetta Allen says, "You can't have my soul, but my beloved evil one. That said, you are still one of my best and most amazing friends, darling. I miss you. I miss you too, Rosetta. I know you've been having, a lot of ups and downs, but you're working really hard and put out some great stuff. So keep it up, lady." All right. So Andy, obviously, a lot of shit went on, and we're not going to go through and rehash your history and all this crap. I'll give the TLDR. Here, I'll let you give the TLDR version of what happened to you, and then I'll give the TLDR version of how you and I became connected in the YouTube sphere.
What part do you even want to talk about? You're talking about my takedown, the cancellation, or what?
Yes.
I was canceled.
All right, so that's pretty much it. And he was canceled.
You want more?
Oh no, that's fine. That's totally fine. Andy was canceled. It was bullshit. Andy came back. I made a video in the social justice persona describing why Andy should remain canceled because
Well, I was gonna say that. I mean, I was, as I said earlier, teased with, and people were like, oh, he sounds like a douchebag. No, I was a douchebag in that I was a philanderer. Is that the word? What's the word? I was a cheater. I cheated. I was unhappy in my life. Not no disrespect. I don't want to shade or talk about my ex, obviously, in any way. She's an amazing person. I was a total scumbag, and then I was. We were together young, and I was a fat kid my whole life. Not trying to make excuses, but I just didn't know how to handle sudden rise to fame. And I worked at a company that like rewarded debauchery. Like they literally sent us out on like sales meetings. Were like, F the client if you have to. And they knew I was married. Like my head was just not put on straight, and not to justify it, but like I just wasn't in a good place. And then here I am rising, Screen Junkies, all these big channels that are doing huge. We're going to Comic-Cons, and there are chicks who like want to bang me. And they're like nerdy chicks. I'm just like, whoa, these girls never paid attention to me. And I was never like mean to them or tried to like lead them on or be a shithead to them. But suddenly I'm just like, oh, cool, I can flirt with these girls. And so, yeah, I hooked up with some of my fans. And then one of those fans I hooked up with decided to change her story later because she was dating one of my coworkers who I connected her with. Stupid. Super, super stupid of me. But I connected her to this other guy who I worked with because I knew he was single, and I actually thought they'd get along. I was trying to be a nice guy, and I thought, hey, obviously I'm married. This can't be a thing. But he was DMing her, trying to hook up with her. And so I hooked him up. And then like a year or two later, she came forward and made false accusations that I assaulted her. And that obviously really wasn't good. That coupled with a lot of the girls I'd sort of flirted with over the years all came into her defense, and it just became this huge thing, literally 2 days into Me Too, where I was just completely railroaded and destroyed. Meanwhile, I had been in touch with my employer, and they saw the text and knew it was bullshit. But once it got so crazy in social media, they sort of had to play like, oh, he's a devil, we have to get rid of him. And then they pushed me out. I got a lawyer, and then I was supposed to come back with a statement and bring it all. But my lawyer didn't let me. But I got to go through that case. I settled that case about a year later. I can't talk about what that is, but I was able to come forward with my evidence. And I will say I'm happy that I was able to come forward with that evidence and sort of try to rebuild my name, my image. But obviously it took a hit because I was like offline for a year and everyone thought I was like a rapist. And so it was a brutal year, but then I was able to drop my receipts and come forward and come back. And yes, that's when Jesse, one of many people, was very kind to me. And a lot of people didn't want to give me a second chance. They still don't. But Jesse was very nice to sort of hear me out. And then to hear social justice, Jesse come in and argue why I should still be canceled was a highlight of my comeback, which I remember very, very dearly. And yeah, that's now. And then we're here today, still succeeding and kicking ass.
I just checked that video. I was sending it to. I was actually sending it to Sweet Pea earlier. I was like, "Hey, remember this video? Yeah, this was how Andy and I, ended up meeting." And she was like, "Wow, I can't believe the dislikes on it." I went and checked. That video has like almost a 50% dislike ratio because people didn't realize that it was satire. I had fucking comments on there. I had someone comment like,
"Wow, it like Andy gets destroyed by so." Yeah, exactly. I wanted to amp it up for that sole purpose. Totally,
dude. It was hilarious. It's so funny to read some of the comments and being like, it's oh my God, I'm dying because I'm like, you are trolling yourselves. The stupider the comment you leave, the stupider you sound when you realize that this was fucking satire. Anyway, it was a blast doing that. It's been such a blast getting to, go stream with you and all this shit. But it got me thinking also, I can't, it's one of those things I think about a lot. And a little bit of background on me and where I come approach these things is I come from a weird world of fencing referees. This sounds bizarre and off topic, but hold on for a second. I'm going somewhere with this. And I learned in my course of being a fencing referee that most people suck and are terrible in some way or another in their personal life. And if you want to go judging if you want to judge all of your relationships, friendships, acquaintances, people people you're close to in your world, etc., by things they do to other people or in their personal private lives in which you may not have all of the context, you will be a very lonely person with no friends, sitting very mightily on your high horse with all your skeletons following you around and nobody living to talk to. I learned this because literally every fencing referee is a philandering bastard.
Sadly, a lot of people in the world, infidelity is very common and divorce is way too popular. But yeah, that doesn't make it right, but it is a thing that happens. Yes.
And it's also just at a point, it's like, everyone's got shit in their own house. Don't pretend it don't stink, and don't go, worrying about other people's, And you realize, like, shit that goes on in someone's personal life has no effect on your relationships and whatnot. And so and then the other flip part of it too is false accusations really get under my skin. As somebody who has been sexually harassed and who has been victim shamed out of, a fair shake by HR because the person who sexually harassed me was more powerful than me. I've been in a position where it's very easy to dismiss women. The more false claims and false accusations that happen, the easier it is to dismiss women who have legitimate claims. And so your story spoke to me in a number of ways because on the one, your personal life is your personal life, and while I don't condone those behaviors and whatnot, it has nothing to do with how I feel about you as a person and how I'm going to interact with you as a friend. And the other side of it is what happened to you is utter bullshit. But going on there and trying to make some fun out of this, we all think about these things, I'm sure, right? There's shit that happens in your life. You get fired, you get canceled, you get whatever, where you're like, man, if I knew this bullshit was going to happen, I would have taken it to the nth degree. So in this situation of having been canceled wrong, if you knew you were going to get canceled no matter what would you have done to be canceled?
If I knew I was hold on. If I knew I was going to be canceled, what would I have done to be go big?
No matter what.
I'm still trying to understand the question. If I knew I was going to get canceled, what would I want to have been canceled for?
Exactly. So you knew it's coming no matter what, but you get to choose what you go down for. What's it going to be? Could be anything.
I don't know, man. To get canceled, it's got to be bad. I mean, mine was pretty shitty. I mean, yeah, I would have rather gotten canceled with something I did. I guess is probably the answer. I got I didn't get canceled for cheating. Like I did in my personal life, and the things I did to my wife, I'm ashamed of, and that's a whole personal separate thing. But that's not why I was canceled. I was canceled because she said I raped her. And so I didn't even get canceled for the thing I did. So yeah, I would have rather gotten canceled for being a jerk or whatever, doing something I did in reality, is how I would have preferred to go under than as under a lie. But I don't know, at the same time, to be as weird as it says, I was able to learn a lot about myself, who my friends were, and had to hug the cactus, as I call it. And I've seen it be called and sort of embraced, to sort of find the worst parts of me to try to better myself. So it all was worth it. So I mean, I don't know if I would do it any differently. It sounds so weird. If you were to tell the Andy 3 years ago who was going through the shit, would you do it again? I mean, obviously I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. At the same time, I'm frustrated by certain things, obviously, but I'm in such a better place now. I'm in a healthy relationship. I have 3 kids now. I had 1 then. Life is good. The only thing I'm just trying to do is rebuild my job and have income that's reliable so I can live, fairly. I don't need to live lavishly, but you realize everybody's got that problem in life. So it's welcome to the club. But that's my life now. I can't complain about it. I got shit, but there's way worse people out there have worse shit. Way worse people who are even worse shit than I was 3 years ago and at my lowest. That perspective, I think, changes you. So I don't know what I would rather do. Probably just do it the way I did. But ideally, I wouldn't have. I don't like, my biggest frustration in the world is the misinformation of people out there who use that false claim to try and win arguments. And it's fuck yourself. Because it's that's not, at least if you're going to come at me, come on with facts.
Hit me with something real.
That is the biggest frustration. I'm like, well, all right. If you want to call me a cheater or a sleazebag, all right, fine. But don't call me a rapist, because that's not a true thing, and stop spreading them misinformation. And it's always Zack Snyder fans who do it. And you're just like, oh my God, the worst of the worst.
False accusations are always the worst too, because it's you're always looking over your shoulder. It's always, you always want to, come out in front and defend yourself against it, but being too defensive makes it look suspicious and whatnot. Let's make a game out of it, though. Let's make it a little more fun. What's the weirdest thing you could think of being canceled for?
Shitting on somebody.
All right, pick someone specific.
Shitting on a society of little people.
All right, Jeff, one up Andy's cancel.
I pulled an Army Hammer. I took one of my fans, I blended them, and I drank them.
Well, okay.
So
we're gonna keep making it one up each other. Okay, I can keep going.
We're gonna one up. All right. So now I got it.
Yours was Army. Okay, got it. Yeah, keep going. All right.
I'm playing too. Okay.
I'm sorry I started so intense. We're gonna have to really go. All right, go.
Sorry, I could.
Okay.
Okay. Permission to go wherever. We're not worried about being banned on YouTube.
Fuck no. Just don't take off your.
Don't say I didn't warn you. All right, go ahead. If you want me to go,
just
go there.
Just don't drop the N word, and we're probably good. Okay. All right. I'm gonna get canceled for keeping 5 men in my home to bleed periodically and drink their blood.
You won't get canceled for that in 2021. You'll be a hero to some people.
5 black women.
You're a fucking monster.
No, I got you. I'm going to get canceled by torturing and selling the menstrual blood of the cast of Cuties.
Oh, God.
I think we all just got canceled.
One up that.
All right.
A stomach bug. I can't think of it.
Are you tapping out?
No, I'm not tapping out. That's that. Oh.
All right. Well, you got to one up then. Well, then you're tapping out. You either have to one up or you're tapping out. There's only 2 ways to go.
I get canceled for going to the funeral of one of my enemies in a birthday party at their graveyard every single year as well.
It's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
Very different vein.
Good. It's not.
I don't think it's as fucked up. It's not as fucked up. But here's mine. I'm gonna get canceled for force feeding aborted fetuses to pro-lifers.
Ooh.
Okay, well I can one up mine. I'm going to torture and sell the menstrual blood of the Cuties cast, and then I'm going to keep them in a cellar until they have their own kids, and then I'm going to make a Cuties sequel starring those kids, and I'm going to molest them and sell them to child predators.
Okay, I'm going to now take these. I'm going to steal fetuses that women are trying to abort, implant them into pro-life women, unbeknownst to them, and also into the pelvic cavities of some pro-life men, just to murder them later on when the fetus grows up and explodes out of their body. There's science behind it. It could work. Keep all of them in the basement and force the pro-lifers to have babies of these pro-choicers trying to have abortions, and then eat the babies after they have them.
I'm gonna take yours and take the babies, but I'm not gonna I'm gonna not abort them. I'm gonna keep them in caves, and I'm gonna do like a Serbian film where I'm going to make them have other babies, and then I'm gonna blindfold them, and I'm gonna make them molest their own babies unaware, while the cast of Cuties watches and videotapes and has to masturbate.
Why does the cast of Cuties have to suffer anymore?
I mean, you told me to one up you. I'm trying to think of the worst things in the world that I wouldn't want to see.
Torturing children that have already been tortured. Jesus,
I mean, there's nothing worse.
All right. Well, you know what? I'm taking my torture chamber of these babies and I'm creating a human centipede out of the babies. I'm feeding them with the slowly amputated limbs of the cast of Cuties. And then when one of the babies dies of malnutrition, I'm simply cutting it out of the human centipede and replacing it with a new one.
I'm just going to make a whole religion where our leaders are molesting boys and they get away with it because it's part of the religion and they're just going to get paid to do it.
Mando Mark, menstrual. Obviously, minstrels would be racist. Come on.
And the cast of Cuties will be watching and masturbating.
All right. I'm going to concede this one to Andy before I get canceled. So, I
don't believe anything I said. We were playing a game of what's the worst.
Disclaimer, this is the game.
I have been very clear on my hatred of Cuties and how it should not be a film.
Here's what we're going to do.
You just lost all monetization as soon as I said that.
Disclaimer, Andy hates child. Andy hates child abuse. All right, we have a disclaimer for the show now. Okay.
Oh, great. Thank you. Saved
There we
me. Thank you. Should have
It's
had that on before we started.
I probably should have. I probably should have led with this one and not followed. So now you have. That's good. Now you kind of get a feel for how the mindless mob works. You know what's okay and what's not. I want you guys. I am going to force Andy into playing Mad Libs later, and as usual, if you guys want to get a jump on it, you can always send in super chats for Mad Libs. Otherwise, we solicit chat suggestions later. Like I said, everything is canon when it comes on this channel. We now have a TV show about The Rock and Nathan Fillion driving around the country in a transvestite station wagon with truck nuts named Cupcake, doing food reviews. I'd
watch that.
Right? Who wouldn't?
That sounds better than Clarice.
It's a great world that we live in. Look, everything's better than Clarice. Shit I wrote when I was 8 is better than Clarice.
The shit I took 8 minutes ago is better than Clarice.
I'll concur. Did you actually watch it, Andy?
No.
Or did you just read the script?
No, you told me, and then they told me I was on Midnight's Edge, and they told me more. And I'm good. Between all your summaries, I've seen enough. When
I heard a line in the trailer, and I went, "Oh, I read that. Oh, fuck, this is gonna be exactly like the script." I had heard enough. And then I think Anna said that it's pretty much 1-to-1 from that first draft that was circulating around. So that's unfortunate.
When they were telling me that there's flashbacks to Buffalo Bill because it's the only character they have, and they don't have the rights to Hannibal, so they can't mention him at all.
Oh my God! Naturally,
stupid. And of course, the girl in the well is now becomes a support. It's all that looks so stupid.
Yeah, I can't abide this nonsense. Oh my goodness. Bitches, press the like button if you have not yet already. Because
smash it.
Do it. We believe in oppressing, especially women on this channel. Mostly women, also pretty much everybody else. So, we did have a bunch of super chats roll in, so let's do a little quick catch up there. Ginger Viking Jesus says, Jesse, you have my sword at your allegiance. The sword of Predaking. All hail Lord Galvatron. Thank you, Ginger Viking Jesus. I will gladly take your sword into battle. Ida Steam. I will read this grumpily. I hate puns. I knew a woman who owned a taser. Man, was she stunning.
That was a good joke.
I have walked out on my own live streams before when too many puns have happened.
My daughter has a really good what is it? Why did the cow she has it, she's wrote on all her Valentines to all her students. Why did the cow not drink milk?
Why?
Because it lacks toes.
That's great for a kid's joke.
Something like that. It was very cute. She was very excited about it.
That's
but the best joke of all time. You ready? Ready, Jesse? Knock,
yes.
knock.
Who's there?
The interrupted cow. Come on, say it.
Interrupting cow.
No!
Andy, if I ever meet you in person,
she laughed.
Yep.
If I ever meet you in person, Andy, I will tell you the interrupting completely uncalled for. So, my favorite joke of all time, it's actually a twofer, all right? Why did Sally fall off the swing?
Because she was blind?
Because she has no arms.
Oh, I knew it was a handicap.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Not Sally.
Why do farts smell?
Why?
So deaf people can enjoy them too.
Oh, why can't
I'm not getting
Keller...
canceled again. What have I done?
Why couldn't Helen Keller drive?
Because she's Helen Keller.
Because she's a woman.
Oh, there it is.
I actually have quite a few. Here's one. A truck driver hits a woman. Whose fault is it?
The woman.
Why?
Because she's a woman. It's always the woman's fault. I don't know. What's the joke?
It's obviously the truck driver's. What is he doing driving into the kitchen?
I should have guessed that. That's good.
I like that one a lot.
Because women are stupid.
And I don't respect them. That's right. I just have
Barefoot
sex
in the kitchen with our babies.
Oh man, every time someone says women are stupid, I have to immediately go into the John LaJoy song "Show Me Your Genitals" because that's how it starts. Women are stupid and I don't respect them. That's right, I just have sex with them. Show me your genitals. Your genitals. What? Show me your genitals. Your genitalia.
Can you believe that they actually did this? But like Seth MacFarlane did a song at the Oscars called "I've Seen Your Boobs." Do you remember that they actually did that?
I don't remember that, but that tickles me to no end.
Like amazing that he got away with that. Like, can you imagine if he did that this year at the Oscars? I've seen your boobs. I've seen your boobs. It's just like it's just that's not the climate we live in anymore.
If only it was though. I miss the 90s sometimes, like all the time.
I think that was like 2000 something. It was recently.
Dang, that's not that 2000s had it going on for a minute. So we had a couple people trying to play the game before we got deeper into it. So Ida Steam's contribution was bombing an elementary school full of Oompa Loompas.
That's iJustine. Got it. Now I get it. I test Steam. iJustine. Yep.
iJustine. His new name is iJustine. So that's it. And I'm so going to think of
change your icon. Just own it.
Yeah, just make it the blonde bombshell now. You're iJustine. It is canon. Ginger Viking Jesus says, "All one up, y'all's one up." Cleveland Steamer on Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, I think my Cuties cast still beats that, but it's a good try.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure that came in the earlier rounds. Jed McMahon says, "Why are you three trying to top Catholicism? You whack jobs crack me up."
Yeah, Jen, that was pretty much what I was doing there at the end. Good catch.
Well done. Yeah, well spotted. And then we had oh my god, so many. Okay, where are we? So many. Runs with Phantom says, "This fucker can't top." I
don't know what that is.
Adrenochroming blooming. Okay, yeah. Okay, thank you. Runs with Phantoms. All that time spent editing. Jeez. Oh god, Runs with Phantoms says, I regret watching Serbsky film so much.
A Serbian film is literally.
I
just looked it up what it's about, and that's literally what it's about. Like the end of the movie is like. The dad's getting tortured and doesn't realize he's raping his own child. It is such an effed up. I don't know why, but it's like known as the most effed up movie for that reason and others. Like, and I'm just like, I'm good. I'm never watching that.
I have heard of it, and I've heard it's considered one of the most effed up movies of all time, up there with Cannibal Holocaust, which is another one I'm on the fence about. Because while I'm very aware that Cannibal Holocaust did not actually kill real people, they did actually hurt real animals, and I believe kill real animals too. So, not a big fan of that. There it is. There, Ida Steam's got it. I don't like snakes because they have no feet. Guess you can say I'm lactose intolerant.
Nah, there's a lot of lactose jokes.
God, more lactose jokes. Right. Well, thank you, Ida Steam. That was. We have our favorite super chat on the channel. In context, I think it made sense, but you know how things go. Sometimes super chats get read like hours after the context was relevant. So the super chat was from that Baltimore guy, and it just said, "You guys are fine." And he meant to put a period, but he put a comma. So it just said, "Red, you guys are fine." And then we were left hanging, not knowing what would come next, and there was no follow-up. So that is now like, we are really building a weird fucked up religion over here in the Mindless Mob. Because now like that's how we greet, like that's how we hail each other. Like that's when you say to someone, "You guys are fine," that's like our weird highest form of praise, especially when you denote that it ends with a comma. So it's like I said, shit gets weird over here. Shit gets weird. What's something on, is there anything on your channel, like in the live streams of this, like, shit happens. You don't mean for it to happen, but things just become tropes of your channel. And is there anything like that where you're like, man, I didn't mean for this to happen, but now it's just part of our lives and I wish it was a bigger part?
No, I honestly need more catchphrases. I wish I had more of them, but no, I mean, there's like some emojis and things we use in our members. But no, I've been trying to find more of those, like, things you get to repeat. I mean, but Jody has a bunch of them. I've sort of coined a bunch of his, but yeah, no, I need more. It's a very boring answer. I'm sorry. The answer is no.
Amethyst Wyvern says, "Have they not constructed a god for you?" Apparently not yet. I am the god here, the god empress, that is. So, are you not entertained? Is this not why you were here? One of my favorite quotes from one of my favorite movies. Do you know that quote, Andy?
Wait, what was the quote?
Are you not entertained?
Oh,
Is
yeah,
this
that's
not
a
why you-
Gladiator.
Bam.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that movie?
It's good. Does someone not like that movie?
No, it's just that people aren't as obsessively passionate about it as I am. Everyone's like, yeah, Gladiator's a good movie. I'm like, but you don't understand. Gladiator's one of the greatest movies ever made. It's a perfect movie. When Ridley Scott makes a perfect movie, there's no fat on it. Case in point, you can watch the extended cut and see how unnecessary those added scenes were. And it was so smart of him to take them out. That's what I do. So anyway, it's like this
Braveheart or Gladiator?
Gladiator in a heartbeat.
Me too. I've gotten into that fight where I'm challenging it, and I think I like Gladiator better.
Gladiator is just the better movie. Now, Braveheart has some epic, iconic moments. I will take nothing away from it. And I think Braveheart probably lives in the collective consciousness still more prevalently than Gladiator. But Gladiator is just by far and away a better film.
Russell Crowe is fantastic.
Oh my God. That's just peak Russell Crowe. Sweet Pea, you should get on that shit. Oh, am I not merciful? Oh, another one I use from that movie all the time is fucking Commodus. It vexes me. I'm terribly vexed.
Yeah,
So,
Joaquin Phoenix. It is. I got to rewatch it.
oh God, I watch it at least once a year
I
because
haven't watched it in a while, but I got to do it.
that one I also cried a baby now.
I saw that in the theaters like 3 or 4 times too.
I was like 10 when that movie came out, and I saw it for the first time crouching next to the couch in my family room because I was too young to watch rated R movies. My dad had it on and he was like falling asleep on the couch anyway, so I hid next to the couch and I watched the entire damn thing. I used to do that as a younger kid, even actually, as I would sneak into my parents' room and hide underneath the foot of their bed when my dad had the X-Files on, and I would catch the X-Files as like a 5-year-old. So I had perfected my technique, and I watched this entire movie, and by the end of it, I was like, I need to fight with swords.
Who does that? Exactly. I think we all did after that movie. It was pretty epic.
Princess Bride was my gateway drug, but that was my and then within a couple years, I became a fencer. So it really was beyond.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, it's really interesting question. Runs with Phantoms asked Leonidas versus Maximus. Who wins? Movie versions or historical, or who their historical counterparts would be?
Let's go with the movie versions because I don't know the historical as much, but I would say movie versions. Did they both die in the end?
They both die in the end. However, they both die in the end with steep handicaps.
I'm going to say Maximus because he didn't have the army.
I'm going to say Maximus if it's one-on-one because exactly that. Because Maximus proved himself with an army and then in the ring by himself.
Yeah.
With people and completely solo, even with, with deficits, even like with cheating against him. And Leonidas always had the army, and Spartans, their entire fighting style is predicated on fighting with a group.
Correct.
So
yeah. It's a team effort with Leonidas. Even though I think he's a badass and could do damage solo, I think it's Maximus solo for sure.
Yeah. I mean, case in point, the Emperor has to stab him in the back before he's ballsy enough to go one-on-one in the ring with him. So, that's why I said
correct. Maximus wasn't real.
I'm aware. That's why I said they're, real. What their counterparts would have.
Jesse, Maximus wasn't. Sorry, hold on. Wait, I can do that again. Jesse, Maximus wasn't real. Nice try.
Thanks. Thanks, male feminist Andy. Runs with Phantoms says, good answer. Thanks. Well, I'm glad we impressed you, Runs with Phantoms. How you feeling, babe? Yeah. If you need to lie down, it's cool. I want you here now. Oh, because we do want to play to your strengths a little bit, Andy. If you'll
love playing to my strengths. It's one of my favorite things to do.
I figured it might be. And as everyone knows,
what are my strengths? I'm curious, Jesse.
Well, it's been said that you're a decent adjudicator. Somewhat boring to talk, like somewhat of a boring conversationalist, absolute frenetic dog shit on your own, but as an adjudicator, a shining gem in the world, which is, of course, what everyone wants to hear about themselves, right? So by that token, Jeff and actually, if you want to get in the action, we won't relegate you to adjudication alone. But 3 people is the perfect setup to force us into an interesting version of $1 million butt. Sorry, I was getting distracted by Runs with Fanta, who says, "Oof, you sure showed me, guest." Hey, Andy is an official member of the Mindless Mob now. He's been inducted.
Guest. I like that. Guest.
Yes.
I got inducted. Yeah, I got the sword and everything. Come on, Runs with Fant. What are you like? Phantoms was not the bomb, yo.
That's like pal. Oh, you show me pal. All right, buddy.
Billy Zane. Come on. What are you talking about?
So this box is filled with a bunch of really bizarre scenarios, such as
wait, share that new super chat.
Oh my god. Yes.
There she is. Look, I see. That's
amazing. Did it, by the way. I
actually did it, by the way, on my Justine now. I mean, don't you feel good, Justine? Doesn't it feel good to be Justine? She's so pretty and nice and kind and knows Apple.
Fucking cheers. Emily must be so confused. She's like, what happened to my fiance?
This is what you do to people.
Oh god.
Now an influencer.
Damn straight. That's exactly. It's
negative influencer.
It's a job.
Next super chat, we want you to review an Apple device.
Wait, Andy, I believe you can actually clip this stream now and put it on your resume as influencer. Because
Justine uncanceled me. She's talking to me, guys.
Exactly. You've been influenced. You have influence.
She'll love that. I'll tweet it out. Thanks, Justine.
Oh, all right. Roger Phantom says, let's go, Nave. I can saber fence. Okay, them's his fighting words, Runs with Phantoms. I can saber fence too. I've been doing it a damn long time. So you want to go? Let's fucking go.
I thought he was challenging Andy, not you.
Oh, is he still challenging Andy?
Yeah, like you're.
Let's go, Knave. I can saber fence.
Oh, I was calling him names too, though. So
well, this is.
I don't know who he's challenging. Is he challenging? Because I'm the saber fencer, so when I hear saber fence, I'm like, oh.
I love how angry Jessie is that she can't fight her audience.
Well, here's the thing. It's like, here's the way I work is, and Andy, you've discovered this about me. Jeff, you know this full well. I have like permanent Napoleon complex. I have a permanent little dick syndrome because I don't have one. So mine will always be the smallest one in the room.
Look how big mine is.
Andy reminds me of the people who go roaring past our building with their mufflers off.
He drove a Porsche Cayenne with a fake engine sound too.
I guess so.
I can't believe that's our fucking neighbor. I'm embarrassed to know him.
God damn. Show it off with the stick.
Just fencing, you knave.
All right. I have to go get my other sword at some point if we're showing off, but okay. It can't be small if it doesn't exist.
Knave, look at me, you knave.
So when someone says something like I can saber fence, my immediate response is, can you, bitch? Can you fucking prove it? My saber dick is bigger than your saber dick. Anyway. So
I like that, knave.
So
a little bit of a saber boner. Ah!
Yeah, it wouldn't stay up.
So President Phantom says, Sweet Pea, I was challenging Andy. I would train under you before I challenge you, Jess. Oh, so now I'm training you to beat Andy. Okay, this changes things. Now this changes things.
At a Ren fair where they had a fencing thing and they put balloons on your head. You ever seen that?
Oh yeah, that shit's fun.
So I was pretty good at that.
I got wrecked last time I fenced at a Ren fair by an old dude. To be fair, I was coming off a back injury and I probably shouldn't have been fencing at all. I was not fencing my primary weapon and I was drunk off my ass. So all of those things.
Schwartz is as big as mine. Yeah, thank you, Dar. Sorry. Space right.
Oh god damn it. It's carrying over from the High Council. Oh no. We were talking about lightsaber flesh lightsabers, as it were.
Yeah, when I worked at break.com, they would send us what's is the flesh light? Is that what it is? The one that has the pussy?
Yeah.
But they didn't send us normal ones. It was like zombie pussies.
Oh god!
So it was like weirdly like purple with like I don't know what it was, but it was still a fleshlight. Like there was the pouch to put it in there. And look, if I did it, I would tell you the truth if I did it. But I just kept looking at it like, why would you? I have a hand. Why would I want like this weird plastic pouch? Like maybe if I was like teen and like, you know, like when you're like doing couch cushions or I guess American pies. But yeah, I don't know. Has Jeff, have you ever had a pocket pussy that you've tried?
No, thankfully.
Pocket pussy, oh dear.
All I was going to say is the dilemma's not there for me. It's the dilemma is the zombified version.
Yeah, well, I mean, you wouldn't really look at it. It was just like the lips of it had some like stitching and stuff. It looked weird, like Frankenstein-ish.
Yeah, but like in real life, I'm going to look at what I'm putting it in. And if it's got stitches and shit, I'm not going to go there. So
thank you for the super Shirley.
You got to remember, you're not really looking at it because, like, again, it's like a big cup with like lips on this, and then you're putting it down. So it's like a downward motion of you're really just staring at a plastic cup that you're like basically holding up.
Sure, didn't try this out, Andy.
No, I mean, I trust me. I was in the office when we were all, and everyone, we got them, and we were all trying to figure out what. And it was like this weird. It was this weird thing where we were like, why they were sending them out. And I remember we were all like, well, how would you even? Because we all had the conversation. We looked at it. We opened. We were talking about, well, how would you even clean it? We got into it. And if I did it, I would admit it. But no, it was just weird. It was. I didn't understand why you'd just use your hand. I don't know. It's like strip. I don't like strip clubs. If I'm gonna do it, I want to like go to at least like the massage parlor or something. You know, why would I go to a strip club to get teased and pay to get teased?
I go with my one buddy. He can't not pay for a bunch of shit. It's fun to go to the strip club in general, but it's extra fun to go with this friend because you can watch a man lose all self-control.
Oh, that's cool.
I once went. It was a friend's birthday, and he wanted to go. So I went with my then boyfriend, and who paid for us to have a couple's lap dance, and I said okay. And it was just very, very confusing because I was sitting in a room with a woman trying to make me aroused, which was kind of working because she was good at her job, and also I was sitting next to somebody I was attracted to, but it was also very confusing because typically I do not find women grinding on my lap to be arousing, and so it was just all around a very confusing experience. And then I took the gay. Just kidding. But Anthony Shelley,
this is news to me, folks. Whoa. If this happens, is it a hate crime or some shit?
No, I'm just a gay man trapped in a woman's body.
Whoa.
Happily trapped in a woman's body. I'm happy with the woman's body. I'm keeping it.
Okay. Better. Any alterations, I'm out.
No. Anthony Shelley, thank you for the super sticker with the sunglasses face. I'm going to move away from your icon because ball men scare me. Runs of Phantom says, sorry, Jeff, here's a gauntlet. You get one free smack.
Is it an
Oh,
infinity
God.
gauntlet?
And Runs of Phantom also says, what the fuck? I've never called anyone Sweet Pea. Possessed. Runs of Phantoms has to clarify because Sweet Pea in the chat is now very confused because Runs with Phantoms is diminutively calling Andy Sweet Pea, and now Sweet Pea's having an identity crisis because now she thinks she's a bearded man in Florida. So it's just
Florida
man. What is her hand?
It's a Nerf dart.
It's a people.
Okay. It'd be better if it was the bugle. Sweet Pea is not joking, apparently. She has
Bitch.
not joking. If I had a bugle, I'd do it back. Oh, God. Shit, I just stayed. Never.
It's so worth it now.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. All right. So for round one, Andy, we'll let you adjudicate. We'll let you get into the fun. And Jeff,
Oh my God, this is still happening.
I'm gonna let you pick pro or con since you're saying you gotta choose first. So here's your choice. You can have $1 million, but every time you hear the national anthem, a random person in the world gets AIDS. And so Jeff,
whoa, sorry. Say that again one more time.
So we get to choose, and Jeff will choose whether he thinks he should do it or not. Have $1 million, but every time he hears the national anthem, a random person in the world gets AIDS.
I mean, doesn't that happen already? Like a random person gets AIDS throughout the world anyway?
I would argue yes for that one.
You're gonna argue
for
okay.
Why
you're gonna argue that you're gonna take
yes,
$1 million.
I'm taking yes.
And I'm gonna argue why you shouldn't take the $1 million. Okay. So
no, wait, are you arguing why I shouldn't or why
I shouldn't? Why a person shouldn't?
Okay.
So Jeff's gonna make the argument why someone should take the $1 million in this situation. I'm gonna argue why they shouldn't, and you get to decide which one of us.
Oh, I like being the judge. Yeah, that's what I do. All right, good.
So Runs with Phantom says, no, I called you Sweet Pea, Jess. That's why I apologize to Jeff. It all makes sense now. Well, we appreciate it. Everything is right in the house of the mindless mob. I can't speak for Jeff.
Consider
your apology. Your apology has been lodged. It has been entered. It is now in the house of bullshit. We'll get back to you. So, Jeff, do you want to start or do you want to go second?
I'll start.
All right. So why is it cool to take $1 million?
So, I only hear the national anthem sparingly. I don't go to many sporting events in general. Currently, those are shut down. I have to seek out the national anthem. So, given who I am as a person, it's very unlikely that anyone's going to get AIDS. Plus, it's a random person, so I really don't care.
Lack of altruism is astounding.
Yeah.
I hate to say it if I was arguing pro. My leading argument was going to be I don't give a shit about people.
I don't give a shit about no.
You cannot take this $1 million because you can't necessarily avoid when you hear the national anthem or not. There's the Olympics. Everyone watches the Olympics. You know, if you turn on the TV, the thing is, even if you don't watch the Olympics or sporting events regularly, you can't control turning on the TV and randomly having it be during the Olympics or being out at a bar, like during a sporting event, during the national anthem, during like the Olympics or a sporting event or something like that, being at a bar where sporting events are happening. This shit gets played all the time. You know, concerts, someone's always singing it. National crises. What if there's another 9/11 and they're playing that shit fucking everywhere? Because you have this massive amount of patriotism again. People can be getting AIDS left and right. It's going to be awful. You cannot take the $1 million on this one.
But, are we doing retorts now?
You can do a
All right,
rebuttal.
cool. So,
I'll allow it.
First off, you can control what you hear. If I was so concerned, if I felt so guilty about taking $1 million and I wanted to avoid the national anthem, I could. Because, spoiler alert, I don't hear it in its completion annually.
Who says completion? Didn't say completion.
I don't hear any of it. I haven't heard any of it all last year or
That's
this
not
year.
true. We heard it in football games a couple times.
We didn't watch that much.
Say, can you see?
Oh, say.
Wait,
Oh,
songs about
Oh, yeah. We hear it every time we watch
Someone just got AIDS.
That's why you can't do it, because you can never watch Angels in the Outfield again.
My second point. It's a random person and I don't care.
Can't watch Angels in the Outfield ever again. I
Says
rest
who?
my case.
Can I live with the shame?
or you deliver the guilt of
And
it.
here's the thing. What if the person that I give AIDS to, like, was already on their way out? What if I gave it to somebody that, like, was in the middle of a shark attack? What if I gave it to somebody that was in the middle of a plane crash? What if I gave it to somebody that everybody hated?
What if you gave it to one of the cast members of Cuties?
Jesse wins.
Wait, that one.
I mean, bravo.
At WrestleMania, they play America the Beautiful, so I'd always be safe.
Well, goddamn, it's because Vince hates this country.
No.
I'm kidding. I'm sure he's very patriotic.
Too patriotic.
So Andy, do you want to answer, or so actually I should give you a proper floor as the judge to weigh the arguments, evaluate the arguments, and then fully and correctly answer the give us your official ruling.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think Jeff's big answer was I don't care. Right? That was sort of it came down to I don't care. And I hear that argument, but I think a lot of people would care. I think that would haunt you a bit. And while sure it could be someone who got eaten by a shark, it could also be someone in the cast of Cuties or your own kid or someone close to you. So I don't know. I don't know if I buy that. I don't care. There's too many variables where what. So yeah, I think your altruism won. I got to give Jesse the point there. And the Cuties line was just a bravo of a capper. So I got to give it to Jesse.
I'm just laughing at Monkey Jeebus.
What about you?
You won't understand what that means at all.
Okay.
Fucking dark. God damn.
So Andy, would you like to answer the next round?
Sure. I'd love to fight.
All right. $1 million, but every time you hear someone speak with an accent, every movie or show you watch only stars people you personally know. And Andy, I'll let you pick which side you want to fight for.
Oh, wait, sorry. There's so much to that. I got to promise.
I'm happy to reread. These take a minute.
In the morning here. So sorry. One more time. Say $1 million or every movie I know played by someone I know.
So $1 million, you get $1 million, but every time you hear someone speak with an accent, so anytime you hear someone speak with an accent, every movie or show you watch only stars people you personally know.
And for how long does it say? Like forever or for?
It is indeterminate. So we've kind of usually assume it's
you have to play forever because we played my rule under
forever. Yeah.
Yep.
Kind of forever.
Well, I mean, I do know Ryan Reynolds and The Rock, so I guess in my world, I've met some celebrities. So yeah, I would just pick the celeb for $1 million. I'll just make my own movies with people I know, and then they're in movies. So then the people I know are famous. So yeah, I mean, why wouldn't I do that? I would be making the people I know famous and rich. I'm basically like a super agent, and I get $1 million, and I'll probably make more money because I'll be like, hey, you want to get to know me? Well, then, pay me or whatever. Give me a residual of your movie. And then I get to put them in movies. And then the people I know are the movies. And then the actors are going to come to me and want to be friends with me and be people I know so they can be in the movies. And then I'm like, man, I really miss The Office. Well, I'm going to go meet the cast of The Office. So that way The Office works and is back. And then everyone will love me for it. So yeah, I mean, that's a no-brainer. Absolutely take the money.
All right, Jeff, that puts you arguing against it.
Yeah, that's cool, but it's every movie or TV show you watch, including the old ones, so that logic falls out the window because anytime you watch anything by the cards metrics, doesn't matter who you know, it's like, I want to watch Back to the Future. Well, guess what? Michael J. Fox is replaced with your barber.
That's true.
Every time you want to watch, I don't know, United 93, whatever actor's in that movie is replaced by your kid's third grade teacher. Like, it doesn't just become this movie thing, it becomes your own personal hell. You'll never escape that. All you'll do is live in this. It's like this episode of Tales from the Crypt, where this guy kills a woman and hides her body, and his conscience voice is played by Sam Kinison, and he's the only person that hears him scream the guilt in his head. Like, you did it, you did it, you did it. So that's you, but visually. You're stuck forever in this loop. Everyone in the world enjoys shit. You're the only person that has to see everything under that lens. You are in your own personal black mirror. So you'll have $1 million, but you'll probably go nuts.
Yeah, I disagree. First of all, it was a bunch of nobodies in 1993, so it'll be the same movie. They were basically nobodies who so you lose on that point. Back to the Future, I'm just going to go befriend Christopher Lloyd and Michael J. Fox so their old selves stay back in the movie. It didn't say it was them, and it said it has stars people I know. It can star old people I know. And then as for the dead people, well, I'll just go get one of those psychics and I'll start having seances with all the actors I want to get to know. And it didn't say specifically it was random. It says they're all starring people I know. So therefore, it does feel like I'd have some control as to who I'd know and who I get to put in the movies. So that alone, I think, makes it so it's not going to be my barber. It's going to be people who can act who I know. And as I start to know more famous people, I think the movies will just stay the same.
Disagree. You don't, by those metrics of the cards, you don't get to control these things. These are all randomized. So again,
listen to God over here making the rules.
It's on the box.
I didn't see the rules on the box.
Rules to be reading.
Yeah, there should be a piece of paper there.
There is. I know there is one somewhere.
We lost that not being sober.
Oh, okay.
Because we played this in Chicago. We played this. We lost cards in this apartment alone.
Okay. Well, then we don't have any rules.
Whatever the rules are.
God. All right. Any final points?
Yeah. You can't go and know anybody you want. Like, believe me, if that was the case, everybody would know everybody they want to know. I would do cocaine with Nicolas Cage and all this crazy shit just because I willed it to be. But we have to operate under the guise of the movies will be only people you know. So that means every movie, everything you watch is only populated by the people you know. You're going to run out of people you know if you go watch Star Wars. It's going to be, maybe you know a couple famous people, but then it's like the rest of the people in the Death Star room are like, well, there's my uncle, and there's so-and-so. And it's just going to be out of control, and really, you'll regret it forever.
I totally disagree with the fact that, of course, you get to know them because they want to be in the movies. Actors are our narcissists. You think the actors who were in movies who suddenly lost their movies because you heard someone with an accent isn't going to go fly to find you? They're going to be the first people to come find you to give, like, I need to get, apparently, if I don't know you, I don't get to be a movie star again. So, hey, how you doing? Can we be best friends? It's going to be awesome. Everybody you ever want to meet is going to be there, and you can pick and choose who you want to support. And people who are dicks or whatever, you can be like, yeah, no, I don't want to get to know you. See you. Bye.
You're the only person, though,
and you got $1 million to hire security and buy a house somewhere where you can control your life and get.
All right, and Jeff, refute, please.
You can't do any of
these. Read books or listen to music. They just don't watch movies as much anymore.
That has an important point I heard you start to make. I think it's a very important one.
Well, because you can't control or do any of these things. This is,
Space. Oh wait, sorry. You were making the point because you were starting on the what you said was that caught my. What did you say that caught my attention? I'm not trying to help him. I'm not trying to throw.
You're not. I'm allowed to ask you for the clarification.
I'm just literally remember exactly what you started to say. Oh, you're the only person who.
Oh yeah. You're the only person. So no one's going to be coming to you to say, let me get in this movie, let me do these wonderful things. This is just every time you sit down to watch like Gladiator, Russell Crowe is going to be replaced by anyone that's ever been in your life. That's it. Like Russell Crowe isn't going to get wiped out of Gladiator for me. When I go to watch Gladiator, it's going to be the exact same movie it is now or the extended cut. That's it. This is only for you. So you'll just be in your own personal hell. You'll have no control.
Wait. Read the question again.
$1 million, but every time you hear someone speak with an accent, every movie or show you watch only stars people you personally know.
I mean, that doesn't make sense. If I'm watching with other people and the show's there, I take that as the shows I watch get turned into that, meaning anybody else who watches them is going to get turned into it too. Why?
Right,
why?
I'm gonna halt arguments because and make some adjudications of my and some.
I mean
points.
that logic or rule would have helped me in my argument because I don't know.
Here's the thing. One,
I assume both ways.
One, we're not operating under obviously real logic because in our last question, people were randomly getting AIDS. So the natural laws of physics do not apply. Two. That said, because of the ambiguous wording of the question, I can accept both arguments. That in Andy's version, he is only watching movies that are then being made because he can only watch things that are made by people that he knows. So the people he knows magically get jobs so he can watch things that they're in. Accept that reality.
Someone just said, how great will porn be? Come on, it'll be all the people you know.
Here's the thing, though.
The people you know.
When Andy started on this topic, I actually was 100% on his side. And I was like, I think Jeff's going to really big uphill battle. But then Jeff made a point that I hadn't even considered, which is it's every movie or TV show you watch. So irrespective of which version you guys are saying, it does cut you off from ever enjoying certain of your old movies ever again. If it has actors that are dead, you cannot have it. In your version, Andy, no matter how many people you can meet or know, if they're dead, you can't have it. You can't have Casablanca. I fucking love that movie. I would hate to see that starred by. I've sat down and thought, if you had to make Casablanca today, who would play Rick Blaine? There is nobody on this earth who could do what Humphrey Bogart did in that role. And there's and the one that was the kicker for me was Carrie Fisher. Can't have Star Wars. You can't have Princess Leia in Star Wars anymore. That was like, ugh. And so no matter whose version, but
I've met Carrie Fisher, so she'd be in Star Wars.
Whatever, you can have Carrie Fisher in Star Wars. Have you met Harrison Ford?
I have met Harrison Ford.
Fuck you, okay? Point is that there are basically, Andy, you would just be cut off from ever watching any movie that. So in Jeff's version, he would be cut off from watching. He would never get to populate any movie with people he didn't meet. And you would just be cut off from ever watching any movie that didn't have people you knew in it, that wasn't entirely cast by people you knew. So you would, and the thing is, we're movie people. I do not for a second buy that either of you or any of us would be okay cutting ourselves off from some of our favorite movies, even for $1 million. I do not buy it. We're movie people.
I mean, it'd be kind of fun to watch it with people I know. Could they do well? It would be a fun experiment for a little while, no?
For a little.
Now you spoke and awarded the point. So I just want to say one more point though, because I can't change the voting. It's already been voted. Andy, also remember, all those dicks from your past might pop up in movies.
That's fucking true.
I don't know who you're with, but there was some guy named Spencer that I couldn't stand when he was on TV or on your show. If I was watching Star Wars and that guy replaced Luke Skywalker, I'd probably want to just die.
For mine, if it's random, I'm definitely not doing it because your exes could end up playing all the romantic leads in every fucking movie you watch. If it's random, there's no way this one flies. But Alex.
But I still think if everyone's seeing the movies, that changes the game. If you get that control, which is how I heard it, then I do think. I love that there's still a disclaimer on the bottom that I hate child abuse.
I mean, isn't that a nice thing to just let everyone know? I hate child abuse.
Thing though, I still think if you have the control and the actors are coming to you, that's a game changer. That's a money making opportunity. I take that in a heartbeat.
Shit,
But if only I see it, then I agree that does deflate my argument. So then I would be worried.
All right, Jeff, you're the adjudicator, so you want to read this one for us?
Deal. All right. So, $1 million, but every time you hear music, Shia LaBeouf thinks he's your life coach. So,
well, you're asking me now, or can you ask me like 6 months ago?
Wait, did something just happen?
Oh yeah, Shia LaBeouf is super canceled.
What did he do?
Oh, a lot of people have come forward accusing him of serious like mental and physical abuse from Sia to his ex-girlfriend. It's not looking good for him. He's been dropped by his agencies.
I'm 1,000%. I'm 1,000% unsurprised. No, of course not, dude.
I'm joking.
Come on.
I date you. I know what's
this
going
is
on
the
here.
canceled. This is the pre-canceled stream. This stream came pre-canceled. It can't be canceled. All right. So Andy, is that fair to say you want to argue?
Sorry. So it's $1 million or what? Shia LaBeouf is your life coach?
Yeah. Every time you hear music, Shia LaBeouf thinks he's your life coach.
Yeah, I don't want that.
All right. So you get to argue against it.
I mean, I'll argue either side. It is $1 million, but yeah, no, I think I'd rather lose on this one. I think I would rather fight no, but I can fight the other way if you want to do. Where do you stand, Jesse?
I would personally pick no, but I can definitely fight either.
Do you want to flip? I have a cube. I do. You can be. Oh, look, it even works. I have the J, and I have the A.
Ooh, all right.
Ready? Whoever gets it has to. This is the devil's cube. We call it on our show. So whoever gets the initial has to pick. Yes, I would take Shia LaBeouf. Got it?
All right, sounds good.
It's a J.
All right, Shia LaBeouf is my fucking life coach. Well, the easy answer, which would be really tough for me, is just don't listen to a lot of music. You know, it's impossible to avoid it. It'd be really jarring and annoying to have Shia LaBeouf screaming in your ear constantly. But at the same time, they're like Shia LaBeouf thinking he's your life coach could definitely have a lot of perks. I mean, you could end up turning that $1 million into a lot. Now, Shia LaBeouf thinking he's your life coach also does not mean Shia LaBeouf is there in the room with you screaming at you. So if Shia LaBeouf starts stalking you to scream at you every time you listen to music, you can just get a restraining order and then get him arrested. And every time you hear music, he can scream at you from inside his jail cell, but you won't hear it. So I feel like that I could probably avoid Shia LaBeouf. Now, also, if every time the music pops up, like if he just appears, if he's like a fucking genie and he just shows up in my home, you know, wherever the music's playing, I will just use this as an excuse to punch Shia LaBeouf in the face all the time. It will be very stressful. My life will just be playing metal and punching Shia LaBeouf in the face. So I'm okay with this one. I'll take it. I'm actually more of this than I would after this one.
I think one, I can't lose music. When I got canceled myself, music took me out of so many holes and just inspiration. Music is too important. I would probably choose music over movies if I really had to pick. I don't know. I just think there's a lot to it. So I can't lose the music because every time I'm hearing music, he shows up. That sounds awful. I don't want anybody showing up, let alone Shia LaBeouf. And what's frustrating is, sure, do it. And there's like some funny things he does. But I'm guessing right now, Shia LaBeouf is not very motivational. I bet you he's a super big downer. I bet you he's a huge weight on whoever's near him right now. But I didn't do that. Wait, but should I do? But I stuck it in. But no, wait. But she told me to stick it in. But wait, should I stuck it? Like, oh my God, the toll on having that friend in your life right now, where you got to support that nonstop every time a damn song plays. Every time you're walking to Walmart, every time you're like, kids, here's a nursery rhyme. I mean, my God, I don't want Shia LaBeouf popping up that much. I don't want anybody, let alone some like troubled, potential, again, accused. I don't know what is happening with him, but that guy's got way too much baggage right now to be showing up every time you hear a jingle.
Now, that said, he could also get his life together. He could become a really, really good life coach in the future. He's also going to be great at like letting you know what not to do. I mean, those can be really powerful examples in your life as well. You know, it can be very powerful to let you know what not to do. Also, like he could just die. Like if he dies, I assume you're out of the deal. you know, or then he just his skeleton, or does his corpse just show up and not say anything?
It's the ghost of Shia, yeah.
The ghost at that point, that's fucking badass. You get the ghost of Shia. Like if he's this train wreck right now, who knows? Maybe he develops a coke habit. Maybe he dies in a few years, and you get haunted by the ghost of Shia LaBeouf
On cocaine.
on cocaine. This sounds epic as shit. And you got $1 million, so you just make your life into a reality TV show, and all the money from the reality TV show pays for the therapy of having Shia fucking LaBeouf show up to scream at you every time you listen to.
You got to remember, Shia LaBeouf is method. This is a method actor showing up and being a complete colossal dick. Or imagine he's playing a method ghost. He's going to freak the shit out of you all day long, scaring you, making your life miserable. Think of Shia LaBeouf, the method ghost, terrorizing your life.
Are you kidding? That sounds amazing. I have always thought I would thrive in a horror movie environment. That would be.
He'd bring in other like demons and shit just to be method and like fuck up your shit. Nasty.
You would have the greatest like life ever, the greatest reality show ever of just fucking playing music and summoning the ghost of Psycho Shia LaBeouf.
It would be good. It would be good maybe for a couple weeks, and then you'd want to kill yourself.
I don't know, when you turn your millions into billions off of it, I think I'd be pretty fucking happy. Runs with Phantoms did flag me, says that's a causality paradox just not allowed for putting Shia in jail earlier. I'll accept that. That was bullshit. I'll take the knee on that one. I know we had another one from you, Runs with Phantoms. I'll read it in a minute, but I just want to acknowledge I'll take the foul on that one.
Ooh.
But anyway, like I said, I think you have a great money-making scheme with this, and enough money cancels out most problems. You get really good noise canceling headphones. There, that's perfect. You get noise canceling headphones.
No one's paying to see Shia LaBeouf. They're canceling him and kicking him out of all the movies. No, people would be picketing you for supporting and giving Shia LaBeouf money right now. You're gonna have all those SJW woke people picketing you. You want them in your life because you have to have Shia. Oh, here's Jesse and Shia LaBeouf. How dare you have Shia LaBeouf every time you play music? You're giving him life and attention and money. Oh, you're awful. I mean, you want now. Not only you're dealing with method Shia, you're dealing with the mob coming after you for enabling and paying Shia LaBeouf. That's even worse.
Well, that mob will probably kill Shia LaBeouf quicker, thus leading to Ghost Shia, thus leading to hilarious reality show Master. So I don't really see a flaw
like
in
this. The next hit after Flavor of Love.
Flavor of Love.
Ghost of Shia.
Ghost of Shia.
Ghost of Our Father's Past. Shia LaBeouf story.
All right.
No, you're not even going to be able to get the money because he's going to be walking around with that stupid bag over his head. So you won't even know it's the Ghost of Shia.
He will not divide us.
Jeff, are you ready to make your decision?
Yes. So you had it until we talked about the causality paradox, which I didn't realize was the thing. Because I was like, yeah, you're going to be fine. Because if some crazy actor comes after you, you just like, he's trying to attack me. Of course you'll get a restraining order. But if we have to throw that out, which you did yourself.
I do feel like that was a little bit bullshit of me.
Then I think Andy makes the stronger point. Because all of your fun stuff requires a supernatural event or death or other events that are outside of your power that would probably render you a criminal if you put those things in motion. Therefore, you would go to jail for $1 million willingly? I don't know. I think that's a weird argument. Plus, it's hard to avoid music because it just says music every time. You hear music in the house when a car drives down the street. I think there's so much out of control. Plus, the fucking shit about modern day Shia LaBeouf, he is a pariah. He's not fun, and life coach Shia could be a downer, but it's also Shia LaBeouf. So, and it's forever, because every other card we're going with is forever. So I think the better argument comes from all of that stuff.
I mean, I really can't argue with that.
But by the way,
argument.
if the causality paradox wasn't a thing that you threw out,
then
you would have won.
Well, obviously,
because
I just put him in jail.
Because you could be like, well, I'm a woman. He's trying to attack me. Blah, blah, blah. I got to pee, but
all right.
I'll be back.
Yeah, that would have been a good hack, but it says every time music plays, he shows up. So he's got to keep showing up.
That's
He's like
true.
Beetlejuice.
Actually, what it says is Shia LaBeouf thinks he is your life coach.
Even worse. I missed that part. He's not even a good life coach. He just thinks he is.
He just thinks he's your life coach. He doesn't become your life coach. He just thinks he is. He just shows up and yells at you, and you don't want him to. Emily's drunk. She's also engaged.
Yay!
Um, what was I going to say about that? Oh, we're in a dead heat now. We're in a 3-way tie. So we got to figure out an acceptable way to break a tie.
That's your deal. I don't know how to play your game.
I made this game up like 3 hours ago. So actually, that's not true. I actually made this one up like several days ago. I was really proud of it.
Well,
So.
I still want you to look up Aunt Jemima.
Oh, right. Oh, shit. We got to do that.
Argue that. Is it right or wrong?
We'll think of a tiebreaker for later.
Nothing like 3 white people arguing, is this racist?
It's my favorite. We just put on the movie Dear White People, not that in honor of Black History Month, not really. Something I had seen some years ago and was like, oh, this is actually legit. So we sat down and threw it on. Have heard the show is trash, but the movie itself of Dear White People is actually quite delightful, and does a good job of highlighting things like that, of like just showing you the ridiculousness of every side of the racist conversation today, rather than just beating you over the head with a narrative. It's fun. It's a good time. Also, it's a lot edgier. Like that movie would be canceled today. So, and it was only made 7 years ago. So that was a question I had though.
Yes.
I do have to pee in a minute though.
That's a statement.
I'm gonna say though a lot. Though.
It's the bo bo bo. You're
though. All right, questions to answer while I go to is of the movies coming out or slated to come out that we know of, that have been announced, that are happening, which ones do you feel must be seen in a theater?
Good question.
All the movies like for that are planned for this next year.
Yeah, I'm gonna go pee. I'll be back. Excuse me. I know. Excuse me.
Of all the movies coming forward, all right, Dune is going to be a movie in the theaters. Whether people, it just is visually, it's going to be stunning. Matrix 4, I hope, although I don't know enough about it, but I hope that's better than the sequels. Godzilla versus Kong looks pretty damn fun. That looks theater worthy. I got to be honest.
Yeah, so.
Top Gun Maverick could be a lot of fun in theaters.
I mean,
none of the Marvel movies. Like I could totally see Black Widow at home. I don't give a shit. Eternal, Shang-Chi. I don't know enough about them to care yet. Also, those 3 Marvel movies. All right, Spider-Man 3. That's the one. Spider-Man 3, which is supposed to come at the end of this year. That one to me, knowing what that one's about, I got to say that's the one I want to see in theaters. There's gonna be some amazing moments.
Which one?
Spider-Man 3.
Oh yeah.
People are finally excited for Spider-Man 3 again.
Yay!
It's like 2004 all over.
It's a while, but it's happening.
I mean, but the way they've been visually doing Spider-Man, it's one of those things where, like, Far From Home was a whatever movie, but the the fucking crazy
those Mysterio dream sequences.
Yeah, those were baller.
That's incredible.
So they're really visually doing it up. There's some on your list there too. Like Dune is a movie that like I would only see in a theater because I really don't have a lot of interest in it outside of that. I would only want to see it for the visual spectacle.
And I would only watch Dune at home because I ain't giving that movie a fucking dime.
That's fair too.
I think it looks terrible, and I don't like that kind of sci-fi.
Reasonable. I'm not a big Dune person myself. I've never seen the older movie, but it's just not the story isn't for me.
My George Lucas book talks about how much is influenced Star Wars or from Dune in Star Wars, a lot more than we realize.
Yeah,
like the original Jedi name, the Jedi Bendu, comes from they're from the Jedi Bene Gesserit or whatever. All these weird things are like referenced.
I've heard a lot of those, and I have read the original the book once, and it was fine. It was whatever.
It was an okay once.
Are there any of those for you, Andy or Jeff, where you're like, I would see this in a theater, but less interest if it's not on a screen?
Kong vs. Godzilla. Want to see, I'm gonna watch it at home because where we live, can't see it in the theater, but that's the one where I want to see it in IMAX.
Which one? Which one? It didn't. You cut out.
Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that. Yeah.
That's just straight up the one that's got to be huge. Because the whole point of the movie is you're watching a giant ape fight a giant lizard. So why do I want to watch it on an advertised television?
Yeah.
I want to watch it projected on the side of a building. Like I want to see it. If you could show me a way to watch that film where they're the same size on the screen as they would be in real life, I want to watch the movie there. Like
I just want to watch the monsters holographically projected in a city.
Yeah,
that's what.
But I want real fucking debris. Like you have like timed explosions and
preferably real death. Yeah, real murder.
Yeah, like, I want all these things. It's like the scene at the end of Transformers.
I want just a snuff film with real monsters. That's what.
But I don't want to be in danger.
No, I want to watch it from a safe distance. Yeah,
I just don't want to be there. Like you can film it and all.
I wouldn't mind taking a helicopter as long as I had like some guaranteed,
I don't know. I saw that stupid movie San Andreas with The Rock. Even helicopters crash.
That's fair. They do crash. I mean, Kobe knows. Too soon? Too soon? Too soon? Oh, God. And are there any things coming out where you're like, Matt, can skip it on the screen. We'll watch at home.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Black Widow. I said I don't care.
Squad.
Suicide Squad for sure, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. The other one I want to see on this big screen is A Quiet Place 2. I hear it's really good.
Now, based on the first one, I don't. Well, the funny thing is, that's one where it's like visually, I don't think you need a theater, but auditorily, you kind of it helps.
Yeah, no, that was one of the last movies they screened in Hollywood before everything shut down. So I know several people who saw it that I trust, and they're like, it's awesome.
Nice.
So I'm also keeping that in mind. I'm like, apparently it does deliver. It is fun.
Yeah. Because I guess
Mortal Kombat is also on my list of things I'd like to see on the big screen. Sorry, I didn't realize that was coming out.
That'd probably be really.
Yeah, that could be. It looks like it could be fun.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, I like and iJustine, who I love, is now just iJustine. It just said there's another movie in the Fallen series. Night Has Fallen. Yes. Have you guys watched the Fallen movies?
Every single one.
I've only seen the first one.
Oh, gotta watch Angel Has Fallen on Netflix. It is a blast.
That's the one I was watching the other day.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Nolte. Oh, so good.
I'm about this life.
Ooh, Space Jam 2.
Space Jam 2.
That'll get me to watch it because it's on a streaming service. Because I would never pay to see Space Jam or Tom and Jerry
in a theater,
but I would watch those for free.
Yeah.
We have you know what I mean.
Is Space Jam going on HBO Max this year? Was that part of the list?
Uh-huh.
Oh yeah, that's definitely one that I think is better off.
This before it leaves, the little things.
Oh.
This leaves in a couple of days. So
okay, definitely. I don't
know what Judas and Black Messiah is. Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. But Bond is one that I feel like
It got pushed back again.
Yeah.
2022 now.
I'm not surprised. I feel like they're hanging on for the movies for the theaters for that one.
You know why, right?
Mm.
If they can't make their money back, that's a small the Bond franchise is big, but it's just one.
Yeah.
Dan Jack isn't, or Eon Productions or whatever. It's like Lucasfilm has two properties that are successful. They just have the one Bond one that's not as successful as people think anymore. So it's like they'll probably not survive if they can't put this out in theaters.
That sucks.
Like these movies cost so much to make. And have you heard about the delays now to reshoot and edit out product placement that's now dated because the movie? Yeah, that's one of the delays.
Wow, that sucks.
Yeah, these phones are too dated. We can't have James Bond use old technology.
That's fucking sucks.
This movie should never get released.
No, that's dumb. Also, like, why are you doing product placement? Like that. Like
Sony.
I mean, it's
obviously the Sony movies. Ever since Daniel Craig took over, it's been way worse.
It's fucking stupid. It's like James Bond's supposed to have gadgets that you're not supposed to be able to get on the street. So why would they be fucking Apple? Yeah. Anyway, these are things. These things are bad.
So
Andy, you should unmute your mic, probably.
Oh, I don't know how these are things indeed.
It's like watching you talk. I'm like, that's not working. All right, so are you breaking the Aunt Jemima to me, or are you making me look this up on my own?
You want me to show it to you? I can show it to you. That's right. I can share here, right? So here, hold on. Let me make this fun. Hold on. So, all right, here it is.
I'm talking to my editor on Saturday, by the way. So any of those fun movie questions that you had.
Oh yeah, I will.
I'm going to compile. It goes for you too, Mindless Mob. Any of your stuff, there were some Twitter threads for it. I'll go find that and mine some questions off of the places I asked. But it's going to be a great one. We're shooting this weekend. I'm so excited. And you're going to hear awesome stories about Star Wars from the guy who edited it.
Oh my God, this is so stupid. All right, so do you think? Well, let me ask you first. Because we're white, we can say it. Was Aunt Jemima racist? Do you know the history? What do you think? What are your thoughts before I share this with you?
I'm familiar, and it never struck me as racist.
Same answer for me.
You're familiar. All right, but do you know the history of it?
Yeah, I think most of it.
Like their
Right.
image was sold and all that stuff, and yeah,
The what?
like the ladies
Likeness was
sold off and all that stuff, right?
And it's like, I mean, a woman getting screwed, a person getting screwed out of royalties and stuff from something like that is certainly not necessarily racially motivated. That shit happens all the time. So just because someone got screwed, I'm not necessarily inclined to say it's racist necessarily. And having the likeness of a black woman on the syrup, I mean, look, it's never bothered me, but I'm not the kind of person who'd be bothered by it. So. Have you?
Okay, so here we go. I'm just getting it all for you so I can tell you the story all fun. Here it is.
Fun.
So share screen. Here we go. And then share screen. Bam. So it wasn't just like, it was back in the day. Quick history lesson. Back in the day, this is what Aunt Jemima came from. And so they hired, they literally it's just a bunch of, they used this actress, I forget her name, but they underpaid her, and she was the original face that morphed into the one we know now. And so the reality was, it was kind of racist when they did this stuff. They did update it and modernize her and gave her earrings and tried to make it more. But most people were sort of frustrated that it was a bunch of white guys who made it, and then they used her as the name to sort of trick everybody to think and like make it Southern cooking and black cooking and all this stuff. That part's messed up. And so that's where the history of Aunt Jemima, like, I think pisses a lot of people off, that they were like doing old stuff like this. Happy days is here. Time for delicious Aunt Jemima. Like, this is ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I've seen that shit, and that's totally fucked up. But when we're talking about just the current Aunt Jemima, that's what I always think when it's over that. Like, yes.
Which is this? This is the current Aunt Jemima, which again, when Jody and I were talking today, he didn't it's just, it's crappy, cheap pancake syrup, right?
Exactly. So at what point, though, when you want to now, still call this racist, are you just trying to erase black people from advertising,
Yeah, but it's like, and I made that argument, like, she's like a strong black woman who's now, but it's like, but on the backs of a bunch of white people who are using her image to try and make you think it's a strong black woman. That's therein lies the rub, right?
Here's the thing. Here's the flip of that though. Then by that logic, if we're accepting that logic, then we also need to accept the let's cancel every movie that was made before we got woke logic, because then those movies are just portrayals of strong women or strong characters or strong this, all made by white men, so none of them count, which is the world we live in. But I know that's not the world you want to live in. So to me, it's like we have to be consistent with our logic. If we're going to accept the logic in one section of our life, which is to say, okay, well, white men are never, ever allowed to, show black culture ever, then, all right, well, then that's the case. And the white men are now barred from ever writing minority characters. And as we know, you're not allowed to make entertainment without minority characters. So therefore, white men are just not allowed to write movies anymore. And that's the rabbit hole that we take when we accept that kind of logic. And that's why I can't accept that as innocuous and as obvious, and obviously we're doing the right thing, as these things sound, as everyone wants to make you feel like they are. I cannot accept that logic because it circles us right back into identity politics, which becomes tokenizing, divisive, and in and of itself racist.
Well, I'm not going to argue with all about that. That's just that's where the history comes from, and people have their thoughts on it, right? So anyway, here's the pancake syrup, cheap, stupid pancake syrup. Want to see the new one?
God.
What is your guess for the new name for Aunt Jemima? What'd you guess, Joe? I want each of you to give me a guess.
I already know what it is, so I'm not gonna say.
Oh, okay. What do you think?
Fucking Mrs. Sparkle Queen or something bullshit.
That is such a better name. No, they chose. I thought I had it here. They chose. There it is. Pearl Milling Company.
What?
Exactly. What?
This reminds me of the time that there was this chick who was being a bitch to Anna. She called herself Talk Nerdy with Me. And I made a video about her, and then she changed her channel to Good Thoughts with Peyton. So it's like, oh, you got called out and you just decided to become the most generic version of yourself ever at all. Like, you just stopped. You just quit. You just gave up. Like, someone was mean to you and you just rolled over and said, well, fuck it.
Yeah, well, this is boring. I mean, as a marketing person, apparently it's where that's the actual company that came up with it.
Well,
but can you imagine going to, hey mom, can you make sure you get a can of a jar of Pearl Milling Company syrup for me, please? Like, it's just like the worst name ever. And to me, and as Jody sort of enlightened me, is like, this sounds even like so white.
Yeah, right.
Literally pearls. What's whiter than a pearl?
White milling,
white
whitish
milling pearl, the company that mills pearls for your white pancakes. There's no trace of black anymore in these pancakes, folks.
So that's apparently the solution to racism, is just to erase black people. That totally is the solution. 100%. Let's just get rid of all black people in the media ever. Once again, it funnels you right back into that catch-22. If white people aren't allowed to make things that have people of color in it, then what you're saying is either you can't have things that white people make with people of color in it, so you have to have fewer things with people of color in it, or white people are not allowed to make those things. And both of those things are fucked up. So there's no way out of this logical fallacy. Now we're streamceptioning. I dig it. I was still
yeah, look, this is just the stupidest name I've seen. Oh, sorry, I was stream. Where are we? Here it is. This is the stupidest stream where it's like the Pearl Company. Why would you name your company this? Okay, why would you? Can you imagine calling your product a company, first of all, let alone Pearl Milling Company? And when you go back to this, like, it's so clean, you know what I mean? Like, why didn't they just go Aunties or Jemima? There's like a million names they could, have gone with.
I think they should. Aunt Jemima.
There's like, I just don't get it. Take the picture off, call it Jemima, or call it Aunties,
or like go find another. You could even go find a real black woman and pay her a butt ton of money to take some pictures of her and go, look, reparations. Like, you had so many options. Which one did you say?
So, Monkey Jeebus says, I just have a question. Like, why is this a problem? Like, why do we live in a world where they need to rectify this? We have a million other things to take care of. Case in point. But what's going to happen is they're just going to go out of business. This brand's not going to survive. Aunt Jemima is a brand that's been around forever. It's just going to, Pearl Milling Company is going to be like the claim jumper brand of frozen foods. It came and went.
Dear fucking God.
So this is it. This is virtue signaling 101. How to kill your brands.
Exactly.
It works with Star Wars. It works with Aunt Jemima. Listen to these idiots on Twitter and watch yourself go out of business. I don't care if you've been in business for 100 years. You will die by this stupid sword. Fuck the people that call for this. Ignore them and you'll be fine.
Exactly.
Real people don't care about this shit.
Here's another.
I with you. I mean, look, I can see when we go back to like this. All right, I get why people were upset here.
Oh yeah,
but I feel like we moved to a better place. Like, it was better. And if they're gonna change it, then fine. Just call it Aunties. Call it Aunties. Take the name away. Put the girl away. Come up. Put a pancake there. Whatever it is. You don't need a thing here.
It's people just not even understanding the moral imperative. What did you accomplish? You got a company to rebrand after a gajillion years of being branded one way. You got a company to rebrand. Congratulations. Does the families of the people who are related to the woman who got exploited get any benefits from it? Does anybody in the black community benefit from this except for not having to go through the horrible trauma of seeing this offensive woman on the shelves when I'm watching the pancake aisle at the fucking supermarket? I mean, one of my problems with this shit too is when you make big issues about these things, you belittle the real issues. It's like when you go into the Me Too movement and we try to act like Harvey Weinstein raping people is the same thing as Matt Damon saying, okay, not all crimes are the same. Like, fuck even treating Harvey Weinstein the same as someone kissing someone against their will. Now we're treating somebody who's just casually saying not all these guys are as bad as others, like he's as bad as the fucking rapist. And so what you actually do in that is you, by treating every little thing like it's this crazy bullshit, you belittle the real things. Like, oh, when people look at the fucking news and all you can see is we have to rebrand Aunt Jemima and get rid of her. No wonder people think that racism doesn't fucking exist. Because when you spend your energy fighting shit like this, well, there must not be real problems. So thank you, assholes, who got so offended over Aunt Jemima that you forgot that there are actually people being murdered over their race still in this world today. Good fucking job. Way to solve the real problems. Rest my case.
Yeah. Well, there you go. That's what I wanted to make sure you saw and got to enjoy the pearl milling company. It's like a pearl necklace of maple syrup.
All right, Andy. I take you one Aunt Jemima's pearl milling company syrup and raise you one Gorilla Glue hairspray.
Yeah, I was gonna do. I meant to do that tonight, but yeah, I didn't get to talk about that. That is ridiculous,
bro. Thoughts? Anyone want to share?
Because I'm gonna have to exit in a moment. I'm just gonna say, read the bottle. Called Gorilla Glue. It says don't put it on your skin or your hair. I mean, I assume just because
it says skin or clothing, do not get in your eyes, this or that or the other. Apparently now they're going to add hair to it because people are too effing retarded.
Here's how I just want to say this piece because I'll probably be gone for a few minutes. Don't pay this lady. Don't do anything for this lady. At the end of the day, put the word hair after the word skin, and that's her victory.
There you go.
She shouldn't be rewarded for being a fucking idiot. You put glue in your hair. Why? I understand why she did it. We shouldn't act like she did it for a good reason. People do dumb shit all the time. Like if somebody drinks bleach, Clorox shouldn't go. It's like the Tide Pod shit. People had to say, don't eat Tide Pods. What the fuck? You never eat.
Nobody gets to sue Tide. A teenager eats a Tide Pod.
So no, if this lady gets a fucking penny out of anything, don't support Gorilla Glue. I hope they go
She's already raised thousands of dollars on a GoFundMe for her legal defense. It was like $15,000 in bullshit.
So fucking asinine.
Oh my god, the fact that people can't understand this logic, like. People are like, well, I don't understand why the company should just pay her. It's not a good look for them not doing that. Like, okay, yeah, totally. Yeah, we want to live in a world. Because remember what happened? Remember what happened the last time? We were like, yeah, totally. Companies should have to pay for people who get hurt anywhere near them, even if it's not their fault. America got ruined because now lawsuits are everywhere. If you go to other countries, they let you do cool shit without signing 1,000 waivers. You can put your life in jeopardy at the drop of a fucking hat. You don't even pay money to do it. Here, it's like pay gajillions of dollars, ransom your firstborn child, and sign 8,000 waivers. Also have a lawyer on retainer before you can do anything remotely fun, like walk out of this totally protected and covered ledge. Fucking, I went to New Zealand. They were like, all right, we gave you a 10-minute lesson on how to abseil, and then we threw you in a goddamn hole in the ground and said, good luck. Also, if you fuck up, you will actually die. And I didn't fucking die. So hooray for other countries. It's just the level of stupidity that we in this country, I know we're not alone, America's not alone in this, but we are in the select few of countries that are willing to put up with this level of stupidity. Not just put up with, encourage and coddle this level of stupidity from our own fucking citizens. We want to let Star Wars writers get away with all the racist, white-hating shit they can say, but we don't want to let people have to live with the consequences of putting glue in their hair? Come the fuck on. When you're 5, you learn that shit. I got paste in my hair. I got gum in my hair. Mommy had to cut my hair off. I got a shitty haircut, and the kids made fun of me, so I didn't do it again. Well, congratulations, bitch. I guess your childhood was privileged enough that you never had those mishaps. Maybe you were too sheltered. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe your parents just kept you away from any things that would fuck up your hair as a child. So you never learned how to treat your hair with the respect that it deserved and not fucking put glue in it. This isn't difficult. This is not difficult.
I'm trying to find, I don't want to stop you, but I'm trying to, there was somebody I saw arguing about in her defense.
No.
I found it. Okay, I found it. Here it is. Ready? Hold on, I have it now. Oh yeah, sorry.
Oh, you're good. I'll just go on then with when malpractice started to spike in this country. That was a common thing that they found repeatedly when they polled jurors after malpractice lawsuits, is that jurors who had awarded gigantic awards to victims in malpractice suits said, oh yeah, I acknowledge the doctors didn't do anything wrong. I just felt really bad for that person and wanted them to get some money. Well, great. Guess what? Because of your generosity, the hospital system, the medical system in this country gets tanked worse and worse every year, and fewer people want to actually go become quality doctors. So malpractice gets worse because you have to go through so many years of schooling, which is bullshit in its own right, only to get your pantsuit off of you and lose your goddamn license because a jury felt fucking bad for some idiot who didn't go for a follow-up appointment and it turned out they had cancer. So I feel very personally strongly about it. One of my childhood vacations was ruined because my dad got dragged into a bullshit malpractice case and he had to sit in a courtroom all week and it got thrown out at the end because it was bullshit. But he had to lose out an entire family vacation because of that shit. Anyway, so I do not apply this level of stupidity.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Here it is. So ready? Here, I found it.
Ready.
Share screen. There it is.
Alrighty. Gotcha, bitch. Here we go.
Gorilla Glue hair is not skin. Your product failed to adequately warn, knowing hair glue in fact exists, and many black women use hair glue as hair adhesive. And for this, your company is liable. You should have given her a sponsorship deal. Instead, you will be held accountable.
Sponsor? Why the fuck would you want the woman who thinks your product is for hair to sponsor your fucking company?
Oh my God.
What new level of idiocy is this?
I'm going so hard for that black woman because black people are disproportionately impacted by being injured by products they buy to save money because, systematic inequality, and don't have same access to redress injuries, and 85% lawyers are white. It's all connected.
Gorilla Glue is not cheap. I guarantee you whatever comparable hair product she was using a Got2b product. I guarantee you whatever Got2b hairspray she was using less than Gorilla Glue spray on adhesive. So both fucking shit. Also, look at those fucking eyelashes. Bitch knows all about adhesives. Bitch knows all about what kind of adhesives do and do not go on your skin. She just wanted to take a fucking shortcut because she was out of her goddamn product and a momentary brain fart because apparently she was on air doing her thing. And oh my God, this'll be fine. It's too goddamn stupid to understand that Gorilla Glue is just the leading adhesive in its fucking field and it's meant for, oh right, not your fucking hair, lady.
The label on Gorilla Glue products she used says to not use on eyes, skin, or clothing, with no mention of hair, of which Tessica feels is misleading. The fact that there are forms of adhesive used in hair products, she might have a claim.
So, on other ones of these adhesive hair products,
it's not in the health and beauty aisle. It's in like the hardware section. So
exactly. You have that shit in your house and you don't know what it is. That's not the company's problem. First of all, if it's in your house and if you're the one who bought it, you should fucking know where it came from and what it's for. Second of all, if it's in your house and it ain't yours, maybe you should fucking figure out whose it is and what it's for before you go spraying that shit in your hair. Especially when it has, tons of chemical warnings on it. So
it's a unique situation because this product is not indicated for use in or on hair, as it's considered permanent. Spray adhesive states in the warning label, do not swallow, do not get in eyes, on skin, or in clothing. Now, they're going to have to change all their labels to say skin, hair, and because of this idiot. She got in before everybody else. She probably knew what she was doing, too. It's used for craft, home, auto, or office projects. Craft could be hair stuff. She's going to win something. She's gonna, whether it's fair or not, she's gonna, because it's so clear here. Like, it doesn't say hair.
So here's the thing, though, right?
So now with society, they have to list a million things.
Oh, look, it's my comment. Clearly, I have feelings. Clearly, I have strong feelings.
In a world like this can have positive aspects of brand, but negative too. Smart move would have been to sponsor her treatments, be visible from day one, even if it's not your fault. I mean, look, I get what they're saying here from a PR standpoint. They're fucked. No matter how they do it, they're going to get boned in the media. I don't agree with this, but that they're going to have to pay her. So why not pay her and at least get good press out of it is the reality of why you try and stop it. But
I
yeah,
think you
the idea
have
that she's going to get paid, the idea that she's going to get paid from this is really fucking annoying.
Let me share some real quick, because I feel like Gorilla Glue has a moral imperative to publicly fight this, publicly stand against this. So here's their company, here's their page product for their spray adhesive, right? First of all, not called glue, right? So this is not even glue, it's spray adhesive, right? So fine. No hair product that I've ever seen is called spray adhesive. There's hair spray, there's hair glue, there's hair paste, there's hair this. There's no such hair product called spray adhesive. No hair product anywhere on the shelves is described as spray adhesive. And then warning labels aside, it also, I presume, tells you on the label what it is good for, because most of them do. It says pictures on the front from multi-purpose.
Heavy duty, yeah. It's like clearly
paper, something, cardboard, what it lists a bunch of craft-based products to use it on, right? So you have a label that says that it should not be used on hair, skin, whatever, that it should be, you should not get it in or around your eyes, right? Avoid getting a product in your eyes. You have something that's called a spray adhesive, not a description used for any hair product ever. You have something that's branded by a well-known company that is known for its heavy-duty usage, and you have a list of items that it should be used on, none of which are the human body. The judge has to be as stupid as she is to award this one.
But sadly, they are.
It's sad. It's fun because the thing is, they hear a sob story. Lawyers snap this shit up, this is where defense lawyers are humongously at fault, by the way, because it's their fucking job to spin these beautiful sob stories and make everyone feel the feels. And the thing is, these are juries. That's where it comes down to the real big problem. It doesn't matter if a judge cares or not. This shit goes to a jury. That's 10 regular people. And if they feel bad enough for her, or they get enough black people on the bench who, and you can spin a story that it's racist, not even black people, fuck it. It doesn't even, that doesn't matter, because shouldn't assume that black people are woke, because they're not necessarily. You get enough male feminists and sympathetic bullshit kind of people on your bench who want to go, yeah, oh my God, this is a race issue. Then they're going to award her a bunch of money. So.
Well, I mean, couldn't you just make a whole race thing too? Like, isn't like gorilla a really bad term too? I mean, come on. There's a million things you could say about this.
Well, that's again why, like, you should absolutely not assume, like, did you really assume that there was a product marketed for black hair called gorilla on it? Like, are you that, like, people understand what the stereotype is?
Come on. That's ridiculous. Roseanne got canceled for making a comparison from someone, a black, what is it, senator or whatever, to a
exactly. So
come on. You're supposed to know that's offensive, but then you go and buy a product called Gorilla Glue. I don't get it. That makes sense.
You're gonna yell and scream now, by the way, that you're being discriminated against for your black hair and shit, but you also bought a product that, if it was intended for hair, has horrifically racist marketing on it. Yeah, totally.
Exactly. That if that was a hair for black people spray called Gorilla Glue, can you imagine the backlash that product would get?
Like that.
They just use that defense in the court, like, whoa, you're telling us you thought this was a product for African Americans and it's called Gorilla Glue? Come on.
What the fuck are you talking about? There's no world in which a hair product could be called that because of the implication.
Correct.
There's no universe in which this argument stands in any case of common sense. Like, at which point, if you get to a point where it's like, okay, you're at a level of stupid, like, that's where I think laws need to, like, we need to have some sort of protection against this shit. There needs to be a level of stupid where you are no longer protected. Like, there has to be. Otherwise, how do we exist as a society? How do we continue to exist as a society? How do we function? How do we live?
Good questions.
I don't understand. Hit some of these super chats here, because Runs with Phantom says, I'm honored to be within the house of BS. My saber shall guard it with my life. I will let Jeff know that you were happily waiting your the assessment of your apology. It is house. Runs with Phantom says that's a pardon lack of context, referring to pre-canceled. So apparently he was not paradoxing my bullshit argument, so I should not said anything and just won that fight against you. So darn. I want to redo.
Anytime.
Hell yeah.
I'll crush you every time.
Runs with Phantoms also says cancel all fake syrup. Them's fighting words, by the way. I'm using my house now. Runs with Phantoms also says cancel all fake syrup, make pure maple great again. Goddamn right about that one. I went to school in Vermont. That shit is in your kids in your blood. And Runs with Phantoms also says, what's cool about how fucked up and upside down the world is that I don't have to stress about conformity anymore. There's just the commandments to follow, Baruch Hashem, and existence to appreciate. Amen. Got my people in the chat. What is up? I love seeing my people.
My peeps.
My pipes. I was actually just writing. I was writing I actually wrote a bunch of Jewish things down today. Weird enough to say, I'm working on my screenplay, and I got to the part where my character goes to the Shabbat service for the first time in a gajillion years, and so it's like prayers and shit. I'm like, this thing. It's a neurotic Jewish mom who talks way too much. It's fun. It's super fun. It is. That is something I've noticed is very, very true. Like, there's no such thing as conformity anymore because, like, what is real? What is real, Andy? Tell us.
What is real? The Matrix, the spoon is real.
What you have to understand is there is no spoon.
Oh, shit. Really?
Yeah, it's all in the mind.
Oh, shit.
Runs with Phantom says, doesn't this label warn not to use on skin? Correct. It does. It does. Now, yes, technically skin and hair are different organs, but one would think common sense applies. Apparently it does not.
She's gonna win.
I'm so upset. I hope she fucking doesn't. Welcome back, Jeff.
She's gonna win.
How are you feeling? Yeah. Oh. Well, I was thinking we were getting pretty close to Mad Libs the clock as it was. So
let's do it. So we wrap up because it's almost 2:30 in the morning here.
Oh fuck yeah, it's late as shit for you, and it's about as long as we ever go these days anyway. So, chat, you guys know the rules. You guys will get every third suggestion, otherwise, unless you send a super chat, it will supersede. So chat, you're working an adjective first. You're dropping as an adjective first. Other than that, we'll go around with our lovely guests. Not really guests. Andy's just a friend. Is that better than a guest? I suppose.
I'll accept both.
Hey, you.
Guest friend.
Hey, you, friend. As we say in my household, we don't pronounce words correctly here. It's not allowed. All right, so chat, you guys are working on an adjective. Also, sorry, I'm like way behind on doing points this month. Like no one has any because I'm the worst. I do have the points tallies from January. I'll do something about it. We give away points on my channel. We're just not going to do points in February because it's too much work. I'll tally January and get back to you. There are so many rules here. I can't even keep with my own ones. Andy, you're going to start us with an adjective as well.
An adjective of I don't know anything about the story. It's a completely random story.
Yes, you don't get to know any context. It's more fun that way.
Okay. How about sexy?
Nice. Acceptable. Jurassic Park shirt chick is pretty. Well, thank you, Patrick McNeil. I gotta say, it is always super fun being referred to by random physical descriptors on my own channel. But thank you for joining us, Patrick McNeil. I'm assuming you're one of Andy's who came over, so we love having you over here.
Hey, from the High Council?
That's true too. I'm pretty sure most people know my name from the High Council, though.
There are a lot of people that don't know my name on High Council.
That's pretty funny. Jesse, for those who don't know. God Empress Jesse Milestone. Welcome to the Mindless Mob. We have fun here. We have fun. All right, Jeff. Type of food.
Garlic bread. That's what we're gonna have.
Like the breadsticks at Olive Garden.
My stuff's better.
He made this homemade shit. Oh, it's pretty fucking legit. It's pretty good. James Baker, thank you, James Baker. All right, and adjectives from the chat. What did we get from the chat? Emily,
Fine.
who got timed out and why? I don't know who got timed out. I didn't see. I missed all the drama. Apparently, we had chat drama. Hair is dead skin, says Emily. Fuck this bitch. All right, where were our? Apparently, you're so fake, according to Pepper.
Me?
Yeah, Pepper.
Oh, yeah, that's one of the ones who just literally makes like 10 ghost accounts just to troll me and talk
I
about
love it. Oh my god, you're the fakest person I've ever met. You look like you're like made of cardboard.
Yeah, this person like has like 10 burner accounts, and then once they get blocked, comes back with like it's like such a sad life. There's probably like 2 people I think I know who it is, and it's just so desperately pathetic when it's like, can you imagine wasting your life like following someone and everywhere they go and just to troll them and do it anonymously and not even have the balls to like use your own name? I can't, like, it's the psychology of how the desperation of somebody that pathetic. Isn't it weird?
It really is. I've had that shit happen to me too, and I'm like, why are you so sad? Like, especially when it's people
Yeah.
people
Feel bad.
you know from your real life too, and it's like people. When it happens to me, it's usually someone I've forgotten about, or like in one case, it was someone I didn't even remember who it was, and I'm like, I have literally never thought about you in the years since this has happened, and clearly you have agonized. It's cute though. Like it always makes me whenever I see those messages, like I understand that what like they're trying to make me feel shitty, but every time I see one of them pop up again, I always go, "Aw," because I know that they're still thinking of me. I know that I'm taking up.
We live rent free in their brains.
Exactly. That's always my favorite. I'm like, I love when they, and it's my favorite. And it's like,
I'm just like, move on though. Like, get a life.
right.
It's
It's
like
just
yeah.
it's my favorite gotcha moment because it's like, I'm not unhappy. Therefore, you only get misery for you because either you get to sit here and say all the shitty things you want to say to me and watch me not give a flying fuck.
And it's also just like they're trying to like burn, but it's like I've been through so much. Like that shit, it's just annoying. Like
That's my other favorite part. Too.
me for half a second, I'm just like, oh, it's annoying. But it's like Jesus, I don't care. Just move, focus on your life, your family, find a friend, go read a book.
Right? Like, why are you
be nice in the world?
Why are you expending energy?
I don't know.
Be shitty. Like you're actively. It's because it's not like you're just a shitty person.
So strange. What a waste of a life.
You're going out of your way to be shitty. I need to find some.
Shaggy was one. You gotta go down
Shaggy, or did I go up too far?
Yeah.
I liked Bulbous. We had oh, never mind. We got Runs with Phantoms. Phantom says Mashugana or Fagala. I'm gonna take Mashugana because I think I can get canceled for the other one. It is exactly what you would think by the way it sounds. So we're gonna go with Mashugana. We're gonna go with Mashugana. All right, chat. You're working on plural now. Andy, an animal, please.
An animal. A gay dolphin.
They swarm at?
So you know our little cat. I don't know if you're familiar with the little cat Pancake. He has his little channel. His favorite animal is a dolphin. You actually see it pictured at the top of the in his house. That is fun right here. That's a dolphin up there, right above us. So they go because you have to ask the cat. He's the one who knows. All right, Jeff. As usual, you get a part of the body.
How about hamstring?
Hamstring. I dig it. I'm about this. I like ham. I like ham. Thank you. Ida Steam. I'm sorry. I Justine. Thank you for the super chat. Stealing a suggestion with flying purple people eaters. A great one, of course. Flying purple people.
One-eyed flying purple people eater.
One-eyed, one-horned, flying purple people eater. Flying purple people eater. Sure looks fun to me. Have you ever seen the music video for that song? It's weird.
I don't think so.
There's a guy in a purple suit. It's weird. I just see this. Emily told me to super chat that. Well, you have marriage 101 down pat, my friend. So what do you think, Andy? Is he off to a good start?
Yeah, totally.
She told me to. Yes.
Always what you say.
Exactly. All right. Chat is now working on a plural noun. Andy is now working on a type of liquid.
Oh man. Bloody semen. Right? That's what Jeff was thinking too, right?
Yeah, you could read my mind.
I was thinking more like jizzy blood, but you know.
Otherwise a little safer for YouTube.
Oh, horrible YouTube, really. I am Justine is here. No, Justine is here. Patrick McNeil. Also, no, I'm not single. I'm dating this one. He was asking. I'm not single.
Do it! Do it! Prove it!
Wait, like, just.
I mean, you don't want your channel removed, but sure.
We'll just go over there. You guys can hear us. You'd think we were faking it, but we won't. because I'm just that loud. Anyway, all right, moving on.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So chat's working on a plural noun. Jeff's working on a noun.
I would like to use tractor.
This is the greatest story ever. Oh my god. What the fuck? Sweet Pea wins this one. Cleft lip shit eaters.
Oh my god, that sounds like a Ninja Turtle spinoff. We should make into a comic book.
Cleft lip shit eaters.
Go,
Sweet Pea.
Cleft lip shit eaters.
Years.
That's my new favorite.
Lip shit. It needs a couple more syllables, but it's close.
God, Andy. Oh my god. Next time that troll comes after you, just call them a cleft lip shit eater.
Lip shit eaters.
Sweet Pea for the fucking win.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sailors was actually very almost synonymous with Gentry, but you know. All right. Chat, you're working a noun now. Just a regular unpluralized one. Andy, you get a plural noun.
Ooh, a plural noun. Cuties.
God damn it. You're just trying to get this channel
There's a bag of
over.
oranges over there.
Guys, there's a disclaimer that Andy hates child abuse. I want to make sure you hear that.
Reminded me.
The James Baker has our noun. It's going to be jockstrap. And Jeff, you have a part of the body, plural. The Mad Lib,
Testicles.
absolutely.
I mean,
Mad Libs, as in just the physical book, as in every physical book we all get, is rigged for Jeff to get body parts. I don't know why. I don't finagle the order. He just gets all the body parts.
I finagle the order.
Borg Porg says, chat, you guys are now working on a plural noun. Borg Porg says, yo, Andy, Jeremy from GNG is jealous of you and Jody for the Snyder cult coming after you guys. He's probably protected by RK Outpost and Lethal Lightning. Ha!
Why would he be jealous?
Because Jeremy gets off on haters. Like, he's not validated unless people hate him.
Oh, yeah, they hate me like crazy.
Jeremy.
He'll always be validated around us.
That's true. I neg on. Jeremy's my favorite person to neg on. Yeah, I hear you like Snyder. So
Like what?
I hear you like Zack Snyder.
Oh, I don't have a problem. I didn't have a problem with Zack Snyder until Zack Snyder denied that he has toxic fans. Then I realized, yeah, I got it here, Zack Snyder. You're just a bro. You just expose yourself as a bra, and yeah, you can go suck it.
So you didn't cream your pants over the new Jared Leto Joker pictures?
No, don't care, dude. I cannot tell you how excited I am for that whole nonsense to be over.
Those pictures looked like some emo kid spent way too much money to do a photo shoot instead of going to the prom.
He's like gotten so swooped up in his fan base. Like, and look, I will give Zack Snyder credit in that. It's like, yeah, I get that the dude was screwed. I believe the dude was screwed. I think Warner Brothers took advantage of the tragedy and everything else. But at the same time, like, his movies were shit. Like, he did a bad vision of Superman. Now, I understand there's fans who disagree, but commercially, you know, from a wide perspective, like, those were failures. Those are the best. Dude, I got a Batman tattoo. Like, don't get me, like, those Superman, Batman, they have the best heroes, and he fucked it up. How did he mess that up so much? I understand there's a group of people that like it, but it should have been liked more widely. He took a direction, it failed from the mass appeal, and that's where it's at. So look, I gave him credit, he got it done, but my God, he's so enamored by that crowd. He just keeps giving more and more and more and more to make it, to feed up his own ego and make it like it's the next best thing. And it's like, dude, just go make some new movies. Move on, dude.
$70 million down the drain.
Exactly. It's not. I mean, where's the
hello? How about the fact that they brought Godzilla versus Kong to be like the week later because they know it's not that way. What, shouldn't Snyder Justice League movie be like your big March release? No, they pushed Godzilla up so they could drown it because they know critics are going to roast it.
The regular cut of Justice League was a failure.
Well, that was Joss Whedon's cut. It was always Zack Snyder's until the fans were told it wasn't, and then they changed their tune. There's no rhyme or reason with them.
Exactly. There's a reason why Release the Snyder Cut wasn't a thing until a significant period of time after the movie had left theaters, because people didn't even fucking know it was a thing. Everyone was ready to eat it up and sing his praises until, wait, it's not Zack Snyder? Just kidding, I hate it. Fuck this movie. Like, what do you like, the man or the material? Because if you're just a groupie, I don't care about your opinions.
Zack Snyder disciples are like Rob Zombie disciples. Not worth my time.
Ridiculous. Yeah, and what I was supposed to say about it. That was the thing too, is like was fine with the Snyder Cut happening. When that started to lose me, and now granted, shit's come out. It sounds like Joss Whedon, that may have been one of those shitty directors who thinks that, being an asshole gets a better performance. And that's all fine and good, but it really started to feel like in order to justify the Snyder Cut, they had to start throwing shade at Joss Whedon. And I'm not going to excuse or forgive the things he did, but he did those things on set at the time that they happened. Nobody was bitching about those things until all of a sudden we're trying to drum up good press for the Snyder Cut. And while I'm not saying it disproves them happening, I'm saying that it's really convenient that you only give a shit about it now that you have an agenda. Did you care about the abuse? Then you cared about it the whole time. You didn't just start fucking caring about it when you can earn a buck off of it.
Oh, dude, we could have gone a whole stream about this. I'll happily come back and tell the truth about what went wrong. But the fact that Ray Fisher, we call him Yay Fisher, the fact that Ray Fisher came out at the height of Black Lives Matter, who Jody and I have said it all since the beginning, empowered because of that to come forward and talk about the abuse he said. And then a couple months in, after it wasn't really picking up and he had no evidence, suddenly became racist. He literally has like changed the direction and the goalposts of what his accusations are because he can because he's never been specific. And I'm sorry, I can't subscribe to that. Like, no, I'm not following any mob and canceling anybody unless you give me evidence or at least specifics so I can then try to do my own homework. The dude joke, in my opinion, and the fact that Warner Brothers finally did what he said. Dave gave him his whole investigation and then was like, he's so brave. Thank you so much. Great. We're moving on. And did nothing. Didn't fire Joss. Didn't fire Jeff Johns. Didn't fire any of them. And now he's after Walter Hamada, who's in charge. Oh my God. The dude is shut up. Ray Fisher, Zack Snyder, Justice League. I cannot wait for your reign to be over. Goodbye. Good riddance. It's time for some new things. That's it.
Damn straight. Damn straight. Absolutely. Cannot agree more with all of those things. 1000%. Any thoughts, Jeff?
Andy, I want you to come on the podcast and talk to Dion about Zack Snyder. He hates him more than anyone I've ever met. So this will just be fun. You're right on it, because
I never really hated him. I just didn't like his movies. But anytime you dislike a movie, then they have to come after you in a swarm to like try to destroy you. They cannot accept anybody disliking their movies, even though a lot of people dislike their movies.
Now, one of the very first things that you learn about logical reasoning is that there are logical fallacies. One of the main logical fallacies is it's called tautological logic. Is your logic, there's tautological logic where your logic is what justifies your logic. And then there's also logical fallacies of your logic cannot be disproved because of syllogistic fallacies. And you have both of these things going on right now. And I'm talking in big, crazy, retarded words. But basically, you have tautological logic that goes in circles. Why is it racist? Well, it's racist because I'm black and I said so. Okay, well, why is it racist? So, well, because I'm black and I said so. If I'm a black person saying it's racist, then it's racist. Okay, you can say anything's racist. Well, yeah, because I said so. And it becomes this fucking circular logic. And you have the other things where it's, you can't be wrong. Well, I'm black, so therefore I can't be canceled. My accusation can't be a false accusation. Why? Because I'm black and I've been discriminated against. Okay, so now you literally can't do anything wrong. Well, my looting or whatever can be justified as reparations. My this can be justified as privilege or this or comeuppance or whatever. When there is no way for you to be wrong because of whatever random fake syllogism, your logic is automatically wrong. It means you have needed to shield yourself against, if you have made yourself impervious to any potential counter arguments, it means that you are not right because you know that you cannot be shielded from real counter arguments. It's basic logical, sounds like a lot of talking in circles, and it is, but it's also like basic logical reasoning. Like if you've gone to high school and a teacher tried to teach you a half a day of philosophy, they taught you this shit. If you studied Greek philosophers at all, you learned this shit. This is not fucking rocket science. But I digress. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, I had a Steamgate as Ford Explorer, but he also gave us
I love iJustines now, regular in the show.
iJustine also gave us scuttlebutts, and I only have room for one of those. I can either put Ford Explorers Or I can put scuttlebutts.
How about the scuttlebutt of a Ford Explorer?
Yeah, this Ford Explorer scuttlebutts, right? Or
So they're just like scuttlebutts that just
scuttlebutts in Ford Explorers.
all right. Scuttlebutts in Ford Explorers. I think that's good.
He's got the leg of Patrick Duffy.
All right, so we've got it. Although Runs of Phantom says, I'd esteem perfect missed opportunity for Ford Bronco. I will put the motion on the floor to change it to scuttlebutts in Ford Broncos if we think it's better.
Aren't you looking forward to the Ford Bronco I'm buying?
I'm excited. We're going to have a Ford Bronco. It's going to be great. We're going to recreate the entire chase, too, with a cardboard cutout of OJ in the front seat.
Do you know the OJ conspiracy?
Which one?
That his son did it?
No.
Oh, that's a good, go down that wormhole someday on the internet. His son, who had like some disorder, some violent disorder. There's a whole thing out there that sort of shows that he is innocent. He was actually protecting his son, who went nuts and lost it and killed Nicole. And then OJ did help clean it up and try to take the blame. But he just doesn't want his son to go to jail because his son has like mental problems and anger problems. But if you go down that wormhole, you'll see like, damn, that's the best one I've ever heard.
Indeed. That's pretty fucking dark and deep. I like that though. I like that. I love crazy theories like that. I always want the wildest ones to be true too. But in this case, I'm still pretty much cut and dry on the OJ stuff, but I'm always up for a good mystery.
I did love that show too on FX. It was a great.
Still haven't watched it. I've heard amazing things. I still watched it.
It's that good. But you got to watch the other one they did too, because it's a show called Real Crime.
Yeah, I've heard there were.
There's a real one, and then there's the acted one.
I heard they were both really, really good.
They're both good, yeah.
Or they're both excellent. All right. So, did I see maybe I did see the not acted one. I might have seen the unscripted one, maybe. Anyway, final words go to you guys. And you got a type of food, plural, please.
Type of food. All right, think of something. Type of food. Let's do dog meat.
That's good. That's a solid option. My cats are pleased with that one. And Jeff finishes off with a verb, please.
How about choke?
Yeah. Seems reasonable. So, you guys remember last Tuesday, we wrote Food for Thought Part 1. We wrote amazing adages like he's as roided up as a cucumber.
Mm-hmm.
And they were full of the placenta of human kindness.
Yeah.
And my personal favorite, habaculum is better than none. Oh no, I'm sorry. Out of the frying pan into the Alamo was definitely the best one from last week. But this week we're writing Food for Thought Part 2 because there are even more adages that have to do with food that we have written for you guys. Y'all ready for this? All right, here are some more sexy maxims from the kitchen. It's the greatest thing since sliced garlic bread. What's mashugana for the goose is good for the gay dolphin. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I'm having fun trying to figure it out. Everyone knows that the way to a man's heart is through his hamstring. And they're just like two flying purple people eaters in a pod. But that's okay. Don't cry over spilled bloody semen. No, definitely do cry over that.
Definitely cry.
Or one we're all familiar with. The fog is as thick as tractor soup.
You just write motor oil.
I love tractor soup. My favorite tractor soup. Oh, tractor soup. All right, you know what? You can't make an omelet without breaking some cleft of shit kick shit eaters.
Oh, how do you break them, mentally or physically? Yes. Nobody loves you. That's why you eat shit. That's how you do it.
Oh my god! Apparently, Dolphin Lundgren approves of our stream. Oh my god! How about I have bigger cuties to fry?
Oh, that could be worse.
We know Andy does. That could have been way
worse.
It could have been he was caught with his testicles in the pie. Or a watch jockstrap never boils. It's not worth a hill of dog meat I'm in a hurry. Sorry to choke and run. Or life is like a box of scuttlebutts in Ford Explorers. You never know what you're gonna get.
Just like Mad Libs.
Well, that was
You
weird.
know what I just got?
That was weird. I'm not gonna say that it was the best one ever because it wasn't.
No.
It was actually pretty bad.
For the most part.
It was pretty awful across the board. We can remember better days, like the Farms to Saskatchewan Bistro, where they grow their own muff cabbages on the roof, and their bartenders dress like old pimps with shitty little mustaches and suspenders. Ah, the good old days. Those were the days. Those are the good old days.
Bennigan's in the late 70s.
We can go even further back when you look at your glass of wine and ask yourself, does the shade remind you of a merkin?
What doesn't remind you of a merkin, you know?
That's true. Everything I look at, I mean, this Fun Dip reminds me of a merkin.
And at your next party, you can impress.
Oh, yeah.
Don't forget at your next party to raise your glass and give the classic toast to your douche canoe.
Let's douche canoe on out of here.
Let's douche canoe on out of here. God, I don't know how to salvage this. That was just a bummer.
But just, hey, you know what?
Terrible.
Just do it next time.
Thanks, Andy, for ruining my live stream.
So happy. Anytime you need me here, I'll bring up cuties and their menstruation.
Oh my God. Well, they can't all be winners. They can't all be gems. But you know what? Every other moment of this stream was. We were so thrilled to have Andy here. Make sure you follow him everywhere. His channel is in the description. His Twitter is in the description. Make sure you check him out. Follow him. We also, let me propose to see you since I have you. Two things I need to propose to you, actually. You are still in touch with the voice of Honest Trailers, right? The original
well, the original Gannon Nickel, not the current one. We were for a little. We talked, but he's too afraid to engage with me because he's tight over there. So I don't blame him necessarily. He just wants to keep his job. But the original, I still got him on my. He's a good dude. Because
I do have a Mary Mayhem, one of the wonderful ladies in our community, very very good friend of mine, was saying something. We were all talking about something, and she was talking about something she wanted to get in a voice, and she's like, "Oh, it'd be great to have like the Honest Trailers voice." And I was like, "Well,
yeah, he's always well. I can help. Have her reach out. I'm happy to hook him up. See if she.
Really?
Yeah.
I was hoping she would be in the chat tonight because I was hoping she'd ask herself, and I know she has another stream that she does often. So very happy to pass that along. Also, whatchamacallit, should I make mention of our idea for a crossover at all, or should I keep that under wraps? All right. We had a really fun idea. We have some really fun ideas and stuff, and I know Jeff wants to get you over on World Class Bullshitters to do some awesome things over there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back out there and have people promote for me to help know I'm back because too many people just don't care or know. And I'm prep just for both of you. Let me know, people. I'm trying to prep some big names for a March redo of Nerd Wars. With a lot of shit coming out in March, I figured it's a good time to relaunch Nerd Wars for a good few weeks of fun, and looking for some fun channels to score and redo a little format adjustments. But yeah, love to have you guys on if you're in, and any other pitches of people, let me know. And everybody watching, thanks for watching. It's been fun hanging out, drinking. Cheers. You guys are great. So fun to chill.
It's always such a pleasure.
You guys are fine, comma.
You guys are fine, comma. That's how we roll at Miles Entertainment. Why is the rum going? I don't know. I had a steam. Y'all must go. You need to go get more or go to sleep. Jeff, where can the world find you?
World Class Bullshitters. Or at the desk where World Class Bullshitters is located currently.
He's on my streams with Jeff in the background contemplating deep thoughts.
I'm working. That's what I'm contemplating.
Deep thoughts with Jeff, by the way. Anytime you see Jeff in the background and anyone in my streams, feel free to offer what Jeff is thinking. And anything else? We got Nerd Wars coming back in force in March. Anything else you want to tell the audience?
I've been trying to just fit more time. I have another channel called Movie World where I'm doing deeper cuts on movies, like movies I would never get views on traditionally. But like I'm thinking, let's just build a whole of deeper cuts, like the movie Sneakers, the Rod Redford I loved. Toy Soldiers. Do you ever see this movie with Sean Astin? It's Die Hard in a boarding school.
I
Junior. Oh, I love it. It's stuff like this. I just watched In the Line of Fire this morning with Clint Eastwood and John Malkovich. So like, stuff like that, like 90s, 80s, 90s stuff that I can go back and revisit and add some like, did you knows and like fun essays about. So I got that channel on Movie World, and I have Hugging the Cactus where I do more, which I should have you on there sometime as a guest. Oh, yeah. It's more like mental health awareness and struggles and cancel culture coming back, like inspiring stories, stuff like that, where it's more just having real chats with people that it's not just always movies, it's whatever. I just got Jamie Kennedy. Do you remember him? He's coming on.
Nice.
The actor. Yeah, it's fun. So I got a lot of, and Popcorn Planet where I do all my stuff, which I'm attempting to rebrand and figure out, signify what the channel is, but movie news, and I call it pop culture outrage is what I call out. But yeah, if you like any of the stuff I talked about or cuties, then don't come. But everything else, come over because I don't like cuties.
No. Andy hates child abuse. You can see it right there in the disclaimer below. And you can always find me here. You can find me on Mindless BS Gaming over on Twitch these days, and also over on Livid. That's capital L-I-V-I, all capitals L-I-V-I-T. Also, new streaming app. Having tons of fun over there, doing lots of singing, hanging tight. We'll also be back here on the Matriarchy in like 15 hours or something.
So happy to be in the Mindless Mob. Thank you for having me, everybody.
Woo! Officially inducted. We're gonna call it a night. We're gonna sign off with a Corona kiss. We didn't get to do it last week because you were.
That sounds gross. I don't want to see that.
It is gross. You're part of the Mindless Mob now. You have to see. It's the law.